we're live. Hi, Sil. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Really good. I'm really excited for this tag. I was so happy when you said you wanted to do this. So
Yeah.
today we are doing the hashtag Tarot Bartender tag, and this was by Sapling Tarot.
Yeah.
I have the original prompts in the description, and I believe I linked her video as well.
Hmm.
And so on top of that, we found from Laura from Aquamarine Tarot and Books. We found some bonus prompts, and then we have an extra prompt that we created as well.
Yeah.
So very excited. Alrighty, let's. Oh, and I will say too, like, I have my drink with me, but I don't think you drink, right, Sil?
I don't drink often, but I do have some iced tea.
Okay. Hey, we have an iced tea that works too. So,
Yeah.
if you're of age, grab your drink or tell us what your favorite drink is, and let's go ahead and get into the first prompt, which
Yeah.
is the old fashioned. So, the old fashioned, this is just a favorite classic deck that you have.
Yeah. So I chose the Smith Waite Tarot,
Oh,
which
yeah,
is
I
this
love that one.
Centennial edition. This is the in a tin, so this is the pocket edition. Also, High Lighthouse Dreamer.
Hi.
Um, so I chose this one because this one's actually my favorite version of the like RWS, I guess, or like the classic deck. I like the coloring of this. I really want to get like the Centennial Borderless edition, like the regular
Mm-hmm.
size, but I don't have that one, so I am just
That's
using this
fine.
one most of the time. Yeah, I do have a regular RWS with like the original coloring, or like bright ass yellow and
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. Very
Yeah.
garish.
Yeah, I don't like the bright yellow. Like I think the yellow is just ugh, it's too much. It's like in your face. So I like this coloring better.
I agree.
Um so yeah. Also hi Luke.
Hi, Luke. Welcome. What would you guys choose for your old fashioned deck? Your just a classic deck that you have in your collection.
Yeah, see the yellow is so much more muted in
Oh
this
yeah, it's so
rendition,
much
which I like.
better.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I chose this one because I love the coloring of it, and it's just a standard deck. It's from U.S. Games, so you know it's just their usual thing.
Mm-hmm. I debated whether I would pull out my Centennial deck or not, but since
Hmm.
this prompt was like a classic deck or just a riff on the classic, I
Yeah.
decided to go with my like it's probably my most cloniest clone of the Rider Waite deck, and it's my Philly Tarot.
Yeah, I figured.
Um, yeah,
When you said a riff of a deck, I'm like, she's pulling out her Philly.
I yes, I love this thing. I mean, and I like too. It's very reminiscent. Am I holding this upside down? It's very reminiscent of like the sort of tones of the Centennial deck,
Hmm.
where it's muted but still colorful, but it doesn't have that garishness of the traditional deck.
Hmm.
But I like it because it has all the classic. Literally, it is the cloniest clone I have. All the classic imagery. It's just a few things have been altered to make it Philly.
Yeah.
So, like even here, you see the magician is very much the classic magician, just modernized.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, this one's a nice one. I like the cardstock on this one too.
Mm.
But you could see like the foiling and stuff. Look, I'm so rough with the building and stuff. It just
Yeah.
yeah. It this used to be a mirror finish. Look, it looks like I took like chunks out of it. Hey
Well, that's what
Marshall, what?
happens. That's what
Huh?
happens when you use. That's what happens when you use it a lot, though. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, it when I got it, it was like a workhorse deck for a little bit. I just like
Yeah.
absolutely loved it. And now it's filtered into like a constant rotation of decks that I like,
Mhm.
but I definitely don't use it quite as much as I used to,
Yeah.
but hi Marshall, welcome. I'm glad you're able to join us for your first Tower Time live stream.
Marshall has the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. I have that deck too. I love it. It's a
I
fave.
guess is that one sort of a clone too, or no?
No, not really. Honestly,
Okay.
it's a mix between Pip and Illustration, so I wouldn't really
Mhm.
call it a clone, to be honest with you. But I do love
Okay.
that deck very much.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Oh, and I
it's a
guess we
fave.
should add like I know you don't drink, Sil, but I love old
Mm.
fashions. They're one of my like when I'm feeling like I just want to feel like a rich man in a cigar bar with a nice sipping drink, I go with an old fashioned. Or if I know I want a cocktail but I don't know what I want, it's my
Mm.
default to go with.
Yeah, I don't drink often. If I go out and have drinks, I typically stick with like vodka cranberry, even though
Yeah,
I'm not a big fan of vodka, to be honest with you.
yeah,
But I
no, me
prefer
neither.
wine. I if I drink, I prefer wine. That's usually what I do. But yeah, and then if I do shots, it's tequila for sure.
Real, which is crazy because that's the top tier for me.
I
I feel like of shots.
I prefer tequila over vodka when it comes to
Oh
shots.
yeah,
I don't like vodka at all. So
yeah. Vodka is one of
mm,
those like sort of basic bitch
mm.
mixers. To it's not a mixer, but like foundational liquors. I feel
Yeah,
like where it can be fine, but it's never excellent. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true.
Okay, so we have here gin and tonic. I
Mm.
loathe gin. I'm not a fan of it. So
Never
I've
had it, so I don't know.
it's gin kind of has this anise kind of licoricey kind of flavor. So like
Oh
black licorice, not like
no,
Twizzler licorice.
I hate black
So
licorice, so
yeah,
it's a no for
um,
me.
yeah. I've tasted it. My one of my girlfriends really likes gin, so I'll taste it anytime
Okay.
she gets it. I've only had it once where it was actually really really good, and it was a very high quality gin, which means expensive.
Yeah.
And it was basically just a bunch of like lemon gin, and it was soda instead of tonic because I'm not the biggest fan of tonic.
Okay.
But
Interesting.
this is a no frills, straightforward to the point deck.
Yeah. So I when I was like thinking about this, I was like, you know what? A clone of the RWS. Like for me, like that's what I think when I think of straightforward to the point, no frills is usually a clone. So I went with
Mm-hmm.
the This Might Hurt tarot deck. I feel like this is like straight to the point. You know what you're getting. You look at it, and it's like the typical kind of RWS esque, but
Yeah,
modernized, obviously,
yeah,
of that. So to me, this is like straight to the point, and the kind of deck. I love this High Priestess card.
I do too.
One of my
It's one of
faves.
the things that sold me on that deck. I
So
told it's really funny because we approached the first two prompts similarly but opposite.
opposite, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's usually what happens though. Sometimes when we do these tags, we
I
just do
know.
like opposite things. But yeah, I really love it, and I love the colors. I love the vibrancy of it. I feel like this is definitely a great deck to go to.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
yeah,
who am I to say? I absolutely love that deck. So it's a favorite of mine.
yeah. What did you
Um,
choose?
I chose. So I went with a similar idea to you, except
Okay.
I chose the light seers.
Oh yes.
'Cause the way that I was looking at it was something that's really straightforward, but really relatable. And I would say, like, something that I would use to read for someone if I wasn't sure what kind of vibes they were looking for.
Hmm.
I would go with the light seers. It's
Yeah.
still a clone, but it's not like a direct clone. So it doesn't feel as like religiously as traditional, like a traditional Rider Waite Smith might
Yeah.
come off as. And I think because of that, it's a little less daunting, and it's applicable to a wider range of people. It has like actual real people in it, so it's easier to relate to.
Yeah.
Not that there aren't real people in Rider Waite, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And like, just look at that. It's just so beautiful too. Very easy to use. I will say too, like with the cardstock, it's very just generic, so it's easy to work with. I feel like when you're just
Yeah.
starting out. But I really, I think that Lightseers is nice, straight to the point kind of deck.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I would have chose it too, but I chose the Lightseers for a different prompt. So
Um, I also chose This Might Hurt for a different prompt.
there you go.
So Luke says his straightforward to the point deck is definitely the Wildwood Tarot or the Tower of the Vampires by Charles
Interesting.
Barrington.
Wildwood Tarot. Okay.
Do you feel like it just gives you straight to the point answers? Is that how you approach that? Apollo, you're killing me. Um, let's see. The next one is Spritz. So Spritz, I think is like I think it's like
I don't know what kind of drink that
I
is.
don't. Okay, so it's a wine-based cocktail that's commonly served as an aperitif in Italy. It's made with prosecco, bitters, and soda water. Okay,
Interesting.
that's kind of what I imagined it to be, but I wasn't sure. So this is a deck to brighten your day.
Yes. So
Woo,
also,
thank
hi
you.
Ruby. Yeah. So I chose the Catacorn Tarot.
Oh, that's so appropriate.
Yeah, it brightens my day. Honestly, it really does. I absolutely love this deck so much. Like, it is the cutest cat deck ever made. I love it so much. Look at this King of Swords. He has glasses.
It is really inappropriately cute.
I know. I love it so much. Look at the Queen of
Was that
Swords. She
the
also,
back of the card? What do the backs
yeah,
look like?
this is the backs.
Oh, what was the previous card?
The Two of Pentacles.
Oh, that is so cute.
I
Okay.
know. Look at the Queen. She also has glasses.
Aw.
Almost all the cats in the swords have glasses, or if they're not wearing their glasses are somewhere near them, which is
Oh,
the
I love
most
that.
adorable thing ever. I'm like in love with this deck. Look at this King of Wands.
You're making me really want to get this deck, and I
Oh,
do
get
not.
it, get it. Just do it. Just do it. Next time US Games has a sale, just buy it. Because this is a US Games deck, so you can probably get it.
There is another deck that I want from US Games, so once they have a sale, maybe I'll just splurge.
Yeah. This one also has glasses. Three of Cups. I love this deck so much. Let me show maybe some of my
Your
favorite.
favorite cards?
Oh my god, this Emperor. He has a little plushie with him.
Is that like a little sheep plushie?
It's a ram to
Aw.
represent Aries. Oh,
Aw. Oh, no, I
oh.
maxed you.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was like, what's going
Oh,
on? What happened?
I was like, I gotta get a closer look at this.
Yeah, there's like a few of them where they have little plushies. Wait, let me find the sun card because that one's like my favorite. Where's the sun? I need the sun card. Where's the sun card?
Ruby says their straight to the point deck would be Fortuna.
Oh, okay. Look at the sun card.
Oh, that is very cute. And it's an orange cat, very appropriate.
With a
Playing
unicorn
with a little
plushie. Yeah.
Aw.
I love this
That
deck
is so
so
cute.
much. Like, so much. It's like the cutest thing ever. I love it. I'm going to be using this starting tomorrow because I was like,
Oh, fun.
yeah.
So we'll see more of this.
Yes, you will. What did you choose?
Okay, so I had so many different things and I waffled and then I finally settled on the Pooh Tarot. So Wisdom
Yeah.
of the Pooh Tarot went with that because it just makes me so happy. Even as someone, like I always say, I never really watched or read, or like Winnie the Pooh is not part of my childhood life.
Yeah.
I just absolutely love how let me not pull the Three of Swords. How cute and just like it almost looks like, obviously it's well drawn, but it looks almost like a children's book the way the cards are drawn,
Hmm.
and it's just so sweet. It has that like really calming watercolor effect to the cards, yet still being vibrant. Because sometimes like watercolors can be very like muted and stuff. And I just love this hermit. Look at that. It is just so cool. Um, so yeah, this deck just makes me so happy. And this is by Serafina. And from Ruin Vervain, for anybody
Yeah.
curious, but love it. It's just a very happy deck. Let me see if I can find. Oh yeah, like look at the world card. All of them
Mhm.
eating at the table out in the wilderness. It's
Yeah.
just let me see if I can find something else. Oh, and then there's like these extra cards, Precious Friend. I mean, come
Yeah.
on, it's just even the more traditionally darker cards like the Three of Swords and stuff like that. Even that's not terribly bad. It's so cute overall. The entire feel of the deck is just
I know.
so fun and just it makes me very happy.
I know. My favorite extra card from that deck is the togetherness card, I think. Yeah, I think it was togetherness.
Yeah, the togetherness card. That's
Yeah.
a nice one. Um, oh my god, I said Will. Luke says the deck that brightens his day is the Wildwood Tarot because it was his
Yeah.
first deck. Oh yeah, nothing like your first deck to just really, hit you in the feels.
Yeah. I don't know the Pastel Wizards Tarot or the Creatures Tarot Ruby, but Happy Tarot. I really want that. It's been on my list for a while.
Happy Tarot makes sense just because like it's in the name.
I know. But the imagery kind of makes you think of like Candyland. If
Oh,
you've
okay.
ever like played that game, the Candyland game or whatever, it kind
Not
of
often, but I know what you're talking. I know the vibes you're talking about.
yeah, so it kind of reminds me of that. Um, but yeah.
So the next one is
Mhm.
a dirty martini. I'm not like a martini girl, especially not traditional, because I think martinis have vermouth in them. Not my favorite. A lot of people don't like dirty martinis because you put olive
Olive
juice
juice.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which actually would
Yeah.
be the part that I enjoy. But
Probably me too if I've ever had a martini, but I've never had a martini, so.
I always have the like fake martinis that actually have vodka instead of like vermouth in them.
Oh, okay.
So, um, this one is a strong and salty deck. Who
Yeah.
did you pick, Bill?
Wow, wild unknown. Yeah. I'm showing the pocket. You have the full
And I have
size.
the yes,
Yes, I do have the full size too. It's behind me, but
yes.
yes, obviously I had to go. This was like as soon as I saw this one, I was like, wild unknown. Like I knew
Yeah.
right away. I didn't even have to look at like any of the other things. I
I
knew
I
this one.
even was like, okay, what could I pick instead of the wild one? Like, do I have anything else that just fits the bill? And there were some things I kind of waffled on. I was like, no, it's just perfect. And I'm gonna put this off to the side since we already know. I'll let you do the flip through and we'll
Yeah.
just talk about it.
Yeah, so honestly, this deck it is very strong. Honestly, in my opinion, you get your readings there. This deck will read you to filth. Honestly, I
Yeah.
love it. I personally love it. I love being read to filth. Honestly, it's one thing that I very much enjoy. And if I want to be read to filth, I definitely pick up this deck.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just one of those that I feel like mainly also because it has like a darker aspect to it obviously
Yeah.
with the imagery, so I feel like you're definitely gonna get like a as I say, a strong attitude from it.
Yes, very much so.
So yeah.
Is the the
Cursed
wild
deck.
unknown is the cursed deck. Oh, what did you find, Marshy? So the thing about the wild unknown that, for me, it was the second deck I got, and it annoyed the crap out of me so badly that I just went down the Oracle like track for probably a few good months before deciding to finally come back and tough it out with the Hermit card, my favorite.
Me too.
I love that Hermit card. It reminds me of the scene from Avatar: The Last Airbender where they meet the tortoise thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I love him. I think he is hands down my favorite Hermit out of all the decks that I have. But I did like a whole like monthly challenge with the Wild Unknown, and it finally like leveled out where it's like, okay, I think I can keep this deck and actually get some real use out of it.
Yeah, this was actually my first tarot deck. It was also my second deck because the first deck I got, which I thought was tarot, was actually Oracle.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, they're bringing out as a pocket edition, the Psychic Tarot,
Really?
the Psychic Tarot
Yeah.
Oracle. Yeah, they're bringing it out as a pocket edition. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna have to get that just to review it and be like, saltiness, because me and that deck, we have a hate-love relationship.
A hate-love relation. Not even a love-hate. Hate-love. Hate comes
Yeah.
first.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Also, they changed the Justice card in the pocket, but they actually updated the Justice card in the full size as well. So if you get the full size now, you actually get this Justice card instead of the old one.
Oh, okay.
In case anyone wanted to know that. So yes.
Well, that
Dirty
is
Martini.
really cool. I'm not surprised we picked the same one. Even as I was picking it, I was like, I know Syl's gonna pick it. What else can I do? Nothing.
Starlit Garden Tarot deck. I don't know what's that. Now I'm curious. It's on Etsy apparently. Let me look. I wanna see. I wanna see what this is. Starlit Garden Tarot.
Yeah, Luke, you I doubt Seraphina's stuff will ever not be indie, at least in the near future, because she's still actively like creating new stuff. So I doubt she's focused on getting the other stuff picked up. I mean, I could be wrong, but it's definitely worth saving up for, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you really like Wisdom of the Pooh.
Oh, this is
Untamed
very
Mystery.
color. What happened?
I was
Untamed Mystery Tarot.
Yeah. That deck is actually I have that on my list of stuff to show you guys.
Oh yeah, didn't you do the Kickstarter for this?
I did.
But you
for the
hate the
Untamed
card.
Mystery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you hate the cardstock, no?
Despise it.
Yeah, you can actually buy this, I think, from them through Amazon. I think they have decks.
Not recently. I would say like in the last year and a half, they opened up an Amazon storefront.
Yeah, because I did find the different versions of the deck, because they have obviously different versions.
Yeah. I try, if I can, and if the price isn't too different and I don't need it soon, I try to buy through people's like actual shops, and then I'll go to Etsy, and then I'll go to Amazon. So it just depends.
Yeah.
But them being on Amazon means they have a further reach of finding people. So I understand.
Yeah, especially if their Amazon storefront is available on all Amazons. It's great because like their Etsy inflates everything, right? So the shipping is always like so much more than
way more than it ever needs to be.
I know, I know. Sometimes I'm like looking at the shipping for decks that I really want on my Etsy. I'll like save
Mhm.
them and then the shipping is like $34,
Yes.
$40, $50. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
20 bucks.
It's
It should be 20 bucks to ship to
I
Canada, like from the US.
literally
This is
had someone
ridiculous.
that was selling something in like a state over for me, and shipping was like, it was something insane. It was like $10, $15. And I was like, I, priority shipping is like $5. What is happening? And I
I
think it's because
know. Who they
takes a
using to
cut.
ship with? Like,
Etsy takes a cut of the shipping prices too, so everything's higher.
oh my god,
Yeah.
ridiculousness. I really
So
don't
pro
like
tip
Etsy,
for you
honestly.
guys, me neither. Pro tip for you guys, if you find a shop on Etsy, see if they have a regular website and shop through there. Because
Yeah,
usually it's cheaper because it, and if it's not cheaper, at least they're getting more of their money back there. So just
true,
if
true.
you're wanting to do that. Um
Ridiculous.
yeah, it's sometimes
Mm.
it is like half the cost of just the deck.
Yeah, well, Ruby and I are from the same province, so we understand because it's ridiculous getting,
Yeah,
which is
you showed
sucks
me some
because
stuff.
so like some of us actually really want to get indie decks and like we can't, and obviously there's some creators that only sell through Etsy and don't have a
Yeah,
website, and then it just becomes
yeah,
really shitty because then the deck is like over $100 and you then have to pay extra for the shipping,
yeah,
like more than it should be worth in my opinion. I'm just like, this is
yeah.
crazy, crazy stuff,
It
honestly.
pushes the price of the overall deck above its worth, in my opinion. Like
I
how
know,
how it's worth to me.
I know.
Okay,
Sometimes I
this one's a
sometimes
fun one. Oh, go
sometimes
ahead.
though sometimes though I think that Kickstarter does the same thing. Like
I do too.
someone posted a Kickstarter that was really cool from a creator here in Montreal. And I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh shit, that looks really nice." It was a
Was
photography
it the one
deck.
I shared with you?
No, it's a photography deck of
Oh, okay.
flowers with like bones and skulls in it. And it's really cool. It's a full on photography. Like the creator did all the photography herself with flowers. It's like a florography kind of deck. It's an oracle.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. And I went to see the price and it wasn't too bad. It was like early bird was still available. It was like $50. But the shipping was like $20. And I'm like, why? I'm in the same fucking province.
Yeah.
I'm in the same city. It
That's
should not be
weird.
$20. Like I should be paying like $10 most. So I was like,
At most.
I think I'm gonna wait until see if she has any decks maybe on her website or something, or if
Yeah.
she sells them. Then maybe I'll check it out again because I really liked it actually, and I love photography decks, so I was kind of
Sometimes I do
interested.
that too. Like I'll just kind of wait it out and see, especially if they've had other if they one have a website, have
Yeah,
had previous Kickstarters and I see them on the website, then I try to just wait it out. Um
yeah.
Especially if the
I
other
I
stuff
followed.
on their website isn't
Yeah,
like the shipping's not as high. It doesn't make any sense.
yeah.
So
I followed her on Instagram to keep
keep up with it.
yeah. Oh yeah, ask
Okay.
if local pickup is available. That would.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah, but
idea.
Kickstarter would charge you just the same for the thing, and I don't think they would pay you back for the.
Oh yeah,
So
for the Kickstarter, yeah.
I think
For the website.
if I decide to go like if she ends up having stock on her website or wherever, then maybe I'll ask for that and see if she
Yeah.
could do local pickup, and then we don't even need to pay for shipping.
I think that's actually a really great idea.
Yeah.
All right, the next one. This is a fun one. Pina
Ooh.
Colada, a deck for a summer day. All right, what's your summer day deck?
Okay, so I thought about it, and there was a lot of options. I actually just did a video not that long ago on literally summer decks. I did a VR to Terra on summer decks, but I decided to go with the Herb Crafters Tarot.
Ooh,
I
that's a
haven't.
plot twist. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't. I was like debating. At first, I had written down Wild Reflections, which that is like super summer. You saw that I used it
I
in the
honestly
Discord.
thought you were gonna go with that.
Yeah, me too. But then I was like, you know what? I've talked about this deck a lot. let's choose something else.
Yeah,
Let's do something else, you know? So I went with this deck, and I haven't used this deck in a hot minute. I really love this deck though. So it's all associated with the herbs and garden planting and all those kind of things. So
yeah.
there's like different flowers, and here's catnip.
Yay, catnip.
But I love it. And this is like South American, I would say, with the terminology for the court cards.
Hmm.
And they all go by the suits are the elements, which I really love. But I love the artwork. That was one thing
Yeah.
that I really loved about this particular deck. The artist, and she does a great job, honestly, with her art. There's the
It is
Empress.
such a lovely deck.
Yeah, rose. Here's some
It's one of those
raspberries.
decks that I don't hate at all, but I just don't think I would ever bring it into my collection. If it ended up in my collection, it'd be fine. Like if someone gave it to me, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know that I would ever buy it.
Yeah, I really love this. This is beautiful. This is seaweed. And you have
Mm,
like someone's running a bath, but like you can see that there's like the ocean view, which is really nice. Moon is Datura. We have sunflower for the magician.
yeah.
Cattail for the Six of Swords. It's really good, and I really love the guidebook. The guidebook is well written.
Hmm.
Um,
I remember you talking about that. Overall, it does just seem like a nice full package deck.
yeah, yeah, I really like it. And there's like different thing. Here's ginger, for example.
Hmm.
I like that it's like different. It's like things that you would plant in like a garden or that you would get from nature and things like that, which I really love. Here's cinnamon for the Seven of Wands. It's not traditional by any means, so you would probably need to work with the guidebook if someone was interested in this to at least to start, in
Right.
my opinion, because it does do its a little bit of its own thing, but
Yeah.
I really like this is very summer vibes in my opinion. This is
Oh
mint.
yeah. Mint in like a picture outside. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so I really love this. Here's some wild cherry. I don't know. I love it. I love it. And it feels very summer harvest. Here's another one that seems very summery. Forage.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I felt like choosing this instead to have maybe a different thing, a different variety. And I did talk about this in my summer decks video that I posted. So
Ruby says their Colada deck would be True North Wildlands Tarot, but
I
also
have that.
Fairy Tale Tarot
It's
by
right here.
Mojito. Oh.
Wildlands.
Oh, I like that. She was saying her choice depends on where in the summer they are really talking about. So I guess early summer, midsummer, late summer kind of thing.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. This is my all round, all of summer deck. The 3 months of summer.
The generalized just summer.
Yeah, summer.
I kind of struggled with this one. I feel like I don't really have like seasonal decks like that,
Yeah.
but I decided to go with one that I really enjoy using. I feel like when I think it's summer, I think of like longer days, more activity generally. So I kind of
Hmm.
went with those vibes, and I went with the Black Femme Tarot because just
Ah,
the
yes.
colors of it are really bright and effervescent, and just really. I feel like there's a lot going on, and it's just even the colors of the cards kind of suit it, you know.
Hmm.
Let's see that one. And a lot of the, even though there are like sort of more wintry scenes in here, but like I mean, stuff like that, it just seems very summery overall. I feel like I tend to use this more so in the warmer time of the year, even though there's really no rhyme or reason to the cards on why I would. So I just kind of had to think, like, even this is a winter scene, but for the most part, um, for the most part, everything just seems, it gives summer vibes in a lot of the cards, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's either neutral or kind of summery. Like this gives off summer vibes to me.
Yeah, even
So
the Queen of Cups was very summer vibes.
yeah, so it feels very like a warm deck overall. A lot of colors, you know, just a lot of these people I feel like are probably prancing around in the warmer time of the year.
Yep.
And yeah, I just like it. This one was very close to one that kind of makes me happy, whatever that prompt was. But
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
this deck is by Letitia Shelton. She goes by Illuminati online. Um, Again, just to show you guys how gilding is not like for the wary. Like you can see, kind of like the. This was not as bad as my Philly tarot. It doesn't show up as well, but you can see like definitely on the corners. You can see how it's like those light spots are not reflection; they're just worn out. But yeah, I really like this deck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that, Luke. The going with the tarot of the vampires because of the nightlife vibes.
Nightlife.
See, I don't know why I personally associate vampires with like winter.
Yeah, me too. Fall. Fall time.
Yeah, fall, winter, kind of like I feel like that's the goth time of year.
I know. I'm excited to use my new vampire deck that I got a few months ago when it was on sale.
For spooky season.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay, so this one is Hot Toddy. This is a deck for a cold winter's night. For anyone who's not aware, Hot Toddy is just like, it's a warm drink made with like liquor, water, honey, lemon, herbs, spices. It can be a little different from like household to household, preference to preference. But my experience with hot toddies is, weirdly enough, if you're sick, not like, you know, like flu sick or anything, but if you have like a little bit of a head cold, you get a hot toddy and it's supposed to make you feel better.
Sounds like the kind of thing they did back in the day when they didn't have medication. They're like, sick, okay, here you go.
Seriously, like my mom said it when she was a kid. Her grandmom used to make her hot toddies.
There you go. Start them young.
Yep. So what'd you pick, still?
Okay, so I was really unsure. This was like the last one that I was like, I don't know. At first, I was like, should I do Nightmare Before Christmas? Because it's the only really deck that I have for like winter, I guess. But then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna go with an Oracle deck. It's the only Oracle I chose, so I went with an Oracle deck.
I was gonna ask if you did that because I had some that would have been good for that, but
Yeah, it's the only one that I chose an Oracle deck for. Everything else is still tarot. But I went with
struggled with this one.
Yeah, so I went with the Seasons of the Witch in bulk Oracle.
Okay.
And this is like very winter vibes in my opinion. Yeah. And I really
even the color of the deck is.
Yeah, it's blue. The back is blue. The gilding is blue.
Yeah.
So yes, we have some self-ceremony, sacred space. Here's winter woodlands.
Oh yeah, definitely gives winter wonderland kind of stuff.
Here's this one. This one's cozy inside while it's snowing outside. North Star. We obviously have some coming of spring related things as well because it's in bulk.
Yeah, for sure.
But I really love some of the cozy vibes of some of the cards that are in here. Even though we have a lot of outdoor cards, I do really.
Yeah.
Here we have Dark Days of Winter.
I like that. I do enjoy that line of deck. That whole collection, I should say. I think it's just another one of those things where I'm like, I really like it. If it was given to me, I'd keep it, but I don't think I'd buy it.
Yeah.
So
they're planning. She's planning to potentially do a tarot series to go with The
That might win me
Oracle.
over. Yeah.
But it's gonna be by season rather than by wheel of the year. So I think it's gonna be spring, summer, winter, fall.
Oh, I actually like that because then you can mix and match a little bit more.
Yeah, so you'd be able to like do like for winter, for example, if you use the winter tarot, you'd pair Yule and Imbolc with the tarot, right? Because then you would have two
Yeah.
oracles per season.
Yep.
And I like the idea too. I hope she ends up doing it. I think it would be really cool. I like
Yeah.
this one because the little person there has a cup of something, coffee, hot
Oh
chocolate,
yeah, and that's where the
cheese.
steam is like coming out of.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I
that's a
really like
cool.
that. We have some peppermint. Here, arts and crafts again, safe inside with the snow
Yeah.
outside. So very
Hmm.
cozy. We have a greenhouse.
Ruby was saying, back to the hot toddy comment, that her uncle used to make them have a cap full of vodka when someone started coughing in the house.
Oh my god.
I
That'll definitely clear anything up.
was
Jesus.
like, "Yep, alcohol kills germs." So,
Yeah. So yeah, I really love this. What did you end up choosing for this one since you said you struggled?
so I this prompt made me realize I don't have any like what I would call truly cozy decks.
Mm.
So really, I went with the only one that sort of fit the time of year, and I went with the Dark Reflections.
Oh
Um,
yeah, okay.
yeah, so I went with this because I realized just how I tend to just my own personal patterns in myself. I tend to do a lot of shadow work in that time of year. So I like this deck for shadow work. It's just
Yep.
like, sorry, it's a little dark, but um, I feel like it just pulls out darker aspects of things. It obviously, the guidebook's whole focus is about shadow work prompts and stuff. And
Yep.
even in the guidebook, it talks about like the shadow side of the cards. So it's my kind of go to deck, or I'll even just use the guidebook to do like shadow work stuff. And I tend to do that for whatever reason. Obviously, I think it's probably a common thing. I'm drawn to that more in the darker periods of the year.
Mm.
Um, but if I had it my way, I definitely would have rather chosen a cozy deck. I just realized I don't have them. I don't really have anything I'd consider truly cozy. But I do like this deck. It's very macabre. It's very cute. And then the back has like, let's see if I can catch the light. There we go. Has that like spider web kind of thing going on.
Yeah.
Um, it's just
I always
ultimately like creepy.
I always thought the backs were like
Shattered
broken, like a
glass.
yeah, broken
Yeah.
mirror, like a broken mirror type thing.
I thought that too until I don't know, someone pointed it out to me and I was like, "Oh, I guess it could be either or."
Yeah,
But
it definitely could be
yeah,
anything, honestly.
yeah,
Web, shattered glass, whatever, it's cool.
yeah, it is very cool, and it's on the box too. Like you can kind of see it. You
Yeah,
see it. There you go.
I love
Catch
it.
the
I
light.
love it because it's like a gloss where the rest is matte. So it's like really,
Yeah, it has that
yeah,
like what is it called? Embossing, I think.
yes, it's
And
really
this
cool.
deck is by Lamucci as well. All right.
Luke is like, I'm gonna be a rebel and break the rules and say my woodland wardens work. Well, I love that deck. I love that deck so much. She has a new book coming out. She also had a tarot come out, but it was with Llewellyn. So
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, Marshy, you can totally do some seasonal stuff. There's like a bunch of spreads that come out at the turn of the season, um, like on Instagram and stuff. If you just search for them.
Seasonal work is great.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ruby's like Golden Wheel, Heaven and Earth, Tarot des Enfants de la Lune. I would like to see that one. What does that one look like? The Tarot of the Moon Children. Tarot of the
Hmm.
Children of the Moon, I think, is more the direct translation. But that's cool. But yeah, I was thinking actually when you said cozy, I was like, man, I could have interpreted this as cozy, and I didn't think about it. And I have a deck literally called Cozy Witch Tarot.
I honestly thought you were gonna pick that. I was very shocked.
Really?
I
I
thought you
didn't
were
even
picking
think about it. I honestly did not even think about it, to be honest with you.
because
Because it's not really that wintry. It's more fall.
yeah,
And I
But
went
it
really with the winter.
when I think of like fall and or winter, but if it's like like something for a cold night, and then if I have a hot toddy, I feel like I'm snuggled on the couch with the cats, and I want something just giving me
Mm,
cozy vibes. So that was my immediate thought, and that's why I struggled so much with this because I was like, I have
mm,
nothing.
yeah.
But
Oh.
you're apparently not alone. I don't think Ruby interpreted it that way either.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I was thinking winter, like the coziness of winter, like if you're in your house in terms of like winter vibes, but I didn't really think of Cozy Witch because Cozy Witch, for me, is like more fall. I don't think I would
It
use that
is.
deck specifically in the winter time because it's
That's
very
fair.
like fall, Halloween.
Oh, that's
That's
fair.
the
That's fair.
that's the kind of imagery that's in there. But I do love that deck though.
It is a nice deck. All right, next one is Espresso Martini. This is an energy boosting deck. So, what did you choose?
Yeah, I will say I would never drink something like this because I don't drink coffee. So the
Oh,
idea
that's
of
fair.
idea of a espresso martini sounds kind of nasty, but those who love it, good for you.
I love espresso martinis.
There you go.
If I'm tired and like I know we're out and we're staying out for the night, I will start with an espresso martini.
Wow. Okay, that will definitely
Yeah,
give you a boost in energy. That's for sure.
how's it going?
So I have a lot of decks that could be any energy booster in my opinion. I
Yeah.
considered an energy booster like a deck that's like super whimsy and fun
Okay.
and things like that. So I have several decks, and I went with one that I haven't spoken about in a while.
Mhm.
So I went with the Pasta Tarot.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I haven't spoken about this deck in like a hot minute, but this deck is really funny. Let me just give it a shuffle. The cardstock though is very strange. I will say that. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can hear it.
Thank you, Sapling Tarot, for confirming that espresso martinis deserve love.
Yes, yes.
I'm,
People who like coffee definitely will love espresso. I just don't like coffee, so to me it's gross
I'm
because
sorry. Do
coffee is
the
gross.
cardstock sample thing sound? I didn't catch it. See if we can hear it. Oh, it's very scratchy. What is that? It's
It's
like
weird.
cardboard.
It's like it's a type of linen, but it's not like traditional linen. It's like I don't know. You know that kind of texture that when you like scratch it, it feels like it's making like a noise. It's the kind
Mhm.
of texture where you have like decks or cards that can shift. That kind of
Yes.
texture. Yeah, that's what it
Yes.
feels like. It feels like that kind of texture where it's
Oh,
like one of those cards that is like 3D and that
yes.
shifts with it. It's
That
that kind
the
of
image
card.
shifting. Yes,
It's
that's I know
weird. I don't know, but it's a
exactly what
weird
you're
type of
talking about.
linen. It's linen, but it's a weird type of linen. It's not like other linen decks that I have.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Interesting.
um, which is very strange. So this deck, I love the backs. I will say that.
Yes. I mean, it's like an Italian picnic. Come on.
It's literally in a traditional Italian restaurant, honestly, if you
Yeah.
went to like one of those back in the 80s or whatever.
Uh-huh.
All the suits are different types of pasta. Oops, different type of pasta, and it's literally Italian, pretty much.
The guidebook tells you the pastas, right?
So it's not a guidebook. It's just like a fold out paper, but it
Oh.
does tell you what they are, what they mean. So in this little fold out, it's like a little fold out.
Okay, yeah, yeah. The little
So the ones are corta, which is short pasta. The cups are rapini or rapina rather, which is stuffed pasta.
mm,
Swords are lunga, which is long pasta, and then pentacles are minuta, which is tiny pasta.
mm.
Yeah,
This deck makes me like very hungry. I really want some pasta.
me too. And then the they do tell you for the majors because does it tell you the type of pasta? Yeah, in the actual pamphlet thing, this like fold out, it tells you what kind of pasta is actually present in the card because it doesn't tell you on the card.
Okay.
So it gives you like different varieties of like different types of pasta. So we have like
Okay. Like ravioli.
this kind of pasta.
Oh, tortellini.
Maybe I don't know. I have to look at the the thing because I don't know. We have this one.
Lasagna. I could go for a really good lasagna right now.
Let's see if we have some variety. Here's the whatever
The
this
club
is.
scenery in the vampires deck makes a lot of sense for high energy.
And then this kind of
Ooh.
pasta. I don't know what that is.
It's not rotini, it's the other one. I can't remember the
It's
name.
a hermit card.
Oh, look at him. He reminds me of the Jurassic Park dude.
Here's the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, I love that. Family style.
Yeah. Here's the Justice card.
I'm sure you don't mean shrimp and booty. Luke.
What? Bow tie? Probably bow tie,
Oh,
maybe?
bow tie. Okay. I was like, booty. Okay.
Here's the Devil card. Some of the cards are hilarious.
Oh, I love that.
And then here's the Tower. It's literally just a bunch of pasta falling.
I love that. I mean, please throw a bunch of pasta at me.
It's great. I think there's one card in the major arcana that it's like a nonna here. Nonna. with the spoon. I love it. We have spaghetti for the world.
Mm.
I love it. It's just really fun, really funny. The creators are. Oh, here's another Nonna in the Magician.
Oh, that tracks. So Ruby is asking if the cardstock is like an extra dimpled linen. I've never heard that turn of phrase.
I have no clue. I'm sorry, I don't know. I would maybe it maybe extra
Maybe that's what it is.
linen, maybe.
Thank you for subscribing, Sapling Tarot, by the way.
Maybe. I don't know 100% what kind of cardstock this is. I do know that it's a type of linen because you can feel it and see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it just feels very strange. I don't know why they went with this kind of linen, to be honest with you, because I have the Tarot of the Divine, which is from the same publishing house, and the cardstock does not feel like this. And it's also a linen, so I don't know. I also have their Phantom Wise Tarot, which is also the same cardstock, unfortunately. So I'm not
It's
really
not a deal breaker though, right?
It feels weird, like using it. I don't know.
It makes you want to use it less than you probably would otherwise.
Yeah, it's just a texture thing. I feel like I'm like touching it and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to touch this. It's just strange. I can't. I don't know. What did you choose for this? It's energy boosting for sure.
Huh?
It's energy boosting for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I went with the Eldritch Overload deck. I feel like this is my high octane deck. This is if I was transported into like some alien-esque action movie or show, it would be this deck.
Love it.
And I just absolutely love like everything about this like cyberpunk alien, possibly dystopian future. But like it has this really cool holographic stuff on it, and all the cards just look like it's a card out of a codex. Here's the imagery on the front of the box, the tower. It gives very Eye of Sauron sort of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love it. I mean, the colors are so vibrant. The camera does not do it justice. But like even the backs of the cards, you can see that all of the color. And then this one is just so much going on. lot of energy throughout this entire deck. Like, this is the Emperor just literally chilling there, sitting there, but it just feels like at any moment bad guys are going to jump out at you and there will be a fight scene. So I really enjoy this deck. It's one that I could honestly use like very regularly, but very little truly pairs well with it, like seamlessly. Um, oh, thank you, Ruby. And look at this, like this just is so funny to me. It's just like girls going out dancing.
With the girl sign behind them,
Yes,
girls.
and it's literally girls, girls, girls.
That's like one of those neon signs that you see at a strip club.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like. So it's like some alien strip club that's going on. And then this is like a cyborg or humanoid robot or something like that, smelting coins.
Oh, is that the Eight of Pentacles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Like,
I love it, yeah.
Yeah, it's such a cool deck. I love this thing. I mean, I could never just give up on my decks and have one forever, but I could definitely use this one for like a long period of time and not get tired of it.
Yeah, it's great. Every time you pull it out, I'm like, oh, I love this deck so much.
I know. It's just so fun to look at. There's always so much going on,
sure.
and I feel like when you look at the cards, you always see something a little different.
Yeah.
So it makes it really nice to use like constantly because you're always getting something a little new out of it.
Yeah.
All right, Manhattan. This is a deck to take your time with, to sip and savor. Manhattans are like, I think they're like bourbon or whiskey, but they're very high in alcohol content, I believe. Let me see. Manhattan cocktail. This is whiskey, sweet vermouth, and bitters, so it's not a sweet drink at all. It's very much a like put a little bit of hair on your chest kind of drink. It's when done really well, it's actually pretty good.
Oh, okay.
But definitely not for everyone.
Yeah, this was another one I wasn't sure like what to go with. I ended up ultimately going with Tarot de Calotides or Carotides, if you want to call it that. I'm not really.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really sure. I went with this one. This one is published by Fournier.
Published by who?
Fournier. Yeah. Which is they're based in Spain, but their name is very French, I have to say. So I don't know, but this is definitely one that if I use it, I have to really sit with it because of the imagery. So I did talk about this deck. Did I post? I think I posted an unboxing of this. I can't remember, but I did talk about this. This is the Eight of Wands. Some of the cards just don't really match the vibe of what the actual card is supposed to represent. Like, for example, Eight of Wands, there's like no quickness in this card whatsoever. Like, there's a donkey, which are very, very slow, and then you have like trees, and that's really it. So I'm like, don't really get sometimes the imagery. So that's why I feel like I have to really sit and ponder what I'm being asked to do, I guess, sometimes with some of the imagery, because it's definitely a challenge sometimes. But I do really like this deck. The imagery is very beautiful. The artist, she did a great job with it. And making it nice. And making it interesting, because it's very interesting.
Yeah.
I love this Ace of Pentacles.
Oh, yeah. That is nice. It's weird because it goes from, like, super traditional to really, like, what choice was that?
Yeah, and then each suit has, like, its own vibe, I guess, you could say. Or it feels very different ethnically. Like, each suit is, like, its own culture kind of thing.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I would love an Avatar: The Last Airbender like deck where it's kind of based off of that, where
Mm,
obviously Fire Nation, Earth Nation, that kind of thing. And
that
then the
would be cool.
majors are like the different characters going through the different scenes of Aang's journey.
Yeah.
That'd be really, really fun.
Here's the star
Someone make that.
card.
Yeah, I'm not feeling that deck.
Here's the Pope with the rabbit. It felt very like Alice in Wonderland, but
Yes.
Pope in Wonderland.
Which is so weird. It's strange.
I know, but it's also very funny. So yeah, I don't know, and I really like the cardstock. Cardstock is really nice. The backs are beautiful, and they're it's a small deck. I really like it. It's very
I do like
compact.
that size.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to actually look into see what other kind of decks that this publishing house has to see like
Yeah.
what else there is because they make I like the size of their decks and the cardstock they use is really great. Their guidebooks, however, are not good.
Mm.
Not good.
Speaking of guidebooks, did you see that they are re-releasing the Ethereal Visions with an upgraded guidebook?
Yeah, they already released it. It's on Amazon already. I saw
Oh, okay,
the
I wasn't sure when it released. I mean, I'm obviously not going to get it for the upgraded guidebook, but I was like, oh, finally.
yeah, they not only upgraded the style of guidebook, so it's an actual bound book now, but they also
Yeah,
expanded it apparently.
which wouldn't take much. I mean, the original was very bare bones. I'm assuming they based it off of the Luna Edition version.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Ruby said they have a bunch of Manhattan, Shimmering Veil, Tarot of St. Croix, SKT, um,
Mm.
Cosma Prison Light Vision Tarot. Okay.
Mm.
Yes, I actually was gonna put Prisma Visions in this spot,
Yeah,
and
that would have been good. Good option, actually.
yeah, I thought about it, but then went with a different James R. Eads. I went with the Green Glyphs tarot. And this seems weird because if you look at it, Green Glyphs is actually, I mean, this one's a bad example, but it's fairly minimal in design, but
Mm.
the images are just unique enough. And like, this is the Queen of Stones, which is Pentacles in this deck.
Hmm.
It's not intuitive at all. And then there's this aspect across all of the green glyphs where colors are very important. Like there are, it's even called out a few times in the guidebook that the warmer tones are one thing, the cooler tones are another thing. So
Hmm.
you literally have to sit with it and discern the intent of the color and the meaning of the card. And I just think that ultimately it's less intuitive. Like if you were trying to learn, I don't think this Page of Cups would teach you anything.
Yeah,
And even I struggle, like, I know a lot of people struggle with court cards, but even I struggle with the court cards in this deck.
yeah,
And like this Three of Cups feels very sad, but Three of Cups isn't really a sad card. So it's a very interesting deck. I have to really, really sit with it. I
hmm,
remember I've used this for live streams before, and it's just so unintuitive in how I read things. And it makes me really have to sit and think. So I'd rather just, this deck is now been resigned to just for me. I don't use it for other people anymore.
okay,
So that way I can kind of sit with a reading, kind of come back to it, and sit and read through the guidebook and take as much
yeah,
time as I need. But that being said, I really like that um, the entire collection is, everything is purposeful. So everything in it, all the designs, all of the colors, all of the subjects are purposefully done in this deck, which is very
hmm,
much a James R. E. like style. So I I anticipated that. It's just definitely more of a like studious type deck. Try to sit
hmm,
with it, and um Ooh, I'm so excited for his cerulean
Codex.
numerology. Yeah, that's coming out. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, you back that, right?
Yes, I did.
Hmm. Also,
So,
Ruby, if you want to see examples of the new guidebook for the Ethereal Visions Tarot, I think US Games has a reel on their Instagram
mhm.
or a video on their YouTube channel. One or the other or both. So I think they show the upgraded.
They show something at least, even if it's like a quick flip through.
Yeah.
All right, Mojito. This is a palette cleansing deck for when you just need a reset.
Okay. So I decided to go with something that's like minimalistic in a way.
Mhm.
Because I like minimalist decks when it comes to needing a reset. So I went
Mhm.
with the Practical Magic Inner Witch Tarot. This is from Grounded by the
Mhm.
Moon.
Mhm.
So very minimalist in its art style. Oh, this is upside down. Which I like.
Yeah, I the creator is actually like really nice. I don't like that deck.
Yeah, he's really nice. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's actually making a new edition of this particular deck. It's coming to Kickstarter in October, and
What are
he
they changing?
actually he's changing some of the artwork on some of the cards, and he actually upgraded instead of numbers and the assign for the elements, he's actually writing it out. So it's actually
Oh,
written now, so it's a little
that's
bit
good.
more clear. If you're not familiar with like the glyphs of the
Yeah.
elements, yeah, the new edition will actually have the words. So it'll be a little bit more clear in that sense. And he's also coming out not only with a full size edition of the new edition, but also a pocket edition.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Oh, and he's also doing a Lenormand as well.
That does vaguely ring a bell. Vaguely.
Yeah, the Lenormand looks nice, but I like
Is
it
it
because it's
aesthetically like that deck?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. But for Lenormand, I feel like that's okay because Lenormand doesn't really need to be overly complicated or anything. So it being
Mhm.
minimalist is fine. So it just
No,
has
I'm
like
fine with the
the
Norman list.
yeah, so it just has the like if it's a coffin, it's a coffin.
Yeah.
If it's a lily, it's a lily. So it's like really um oh, creative arts, we're not doing readings. This is just a tarot tag, but Cosmic does readings on Fridays. So come back then.
Yeah.
Or just chill and listen still if you want.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I was saying, as I like it because it's minimalist, and
Yeah.
this is what I've been using recently, and needing for a reset recently. So I pulled this
Mm.
to do that. But what did you choose for your option?
So, I went with the unfolding path tarot.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
So, where I mentioned earlier, Light Tears is like a nice default deck that I would use for like other people if I'm doing readings and I don't know their vibe.
Hmm.
This is my version of that in the sense that when I don't know what I'm looking for in a deck and I don't know what it is I'm necessarily needing, I don't know what kind of
Hmm.
style, if I'm just wishy washy, this is my
Yeah.
default.
Okay.
This is like close enough to Rider Waite Smith, but I almost never read with the traditional Rider Waite Smith anymore. I will only
Okay.
use the I've kind of gotten back into it because of like using the Lenormand that looks like the Pamela Smith style. But outside of that, I use it just for learning aspects, so I'd rather use something else. And this is my default. I feel like the cards are obviously like clone enough that I can sort of get back to the basics if I need to. and they are generic yet relatable enough that I feel like I won't struggle to interpret the reading that I'm getting. And it can apply to a lot of different subjects. It's not like I'm pigeonholing myself into like a specific aspect of interpreting the cards because of that. So, um, but it also differs just enough from Rider-Waite-Smith that it's, yeah, I don't know how to, it's like its own little thing, this own little bubble where I feel like I can pull this out, kind of reset, and then pull more cards. So I like to, I've been using this actually for like my personal journaling a lot, just because I don't know, I feel like I've just been sort of going with the flow in terms of that right now, and I don't have any specific goals other than just writing stuff down. So this has been a perfect tandem deck to do that with. So where the light seers, I would do this with other people, this one is for me. So I rarely use light seers for myself nowadays.
I really love that deck. It's one of my favorites. I love her decks in general. I have her oracles too, and
Yes,
I really love them.
I do. Oh, and for anyone, this is by Athene Noctuna. She has a lot of oracle decks and stuff like that, and I've been so close to just hitting buy on some of them. I just haven't done it yet, but I do
You
like her.
should when Hay House has a sale because that shit goes down to like $5.
I know, and I just waffle every time, and I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
she has that Rune Oracle, which is really nice. I
yeah,
really love that deck. And then the yes or no one is the one that I use a lot. The Crystal Ball, I use that all the time.
that's
And then
the one that,
she also has the love one that she did, the love pocket oracle that she did
oh yes,
last year. Yeah, it's coming out with Hay House in 2025. They picked it up from her, so it's coming out.
maybe I'll just wait for then and get out all of them. I probably won't get the rune deck though. I already have a rune deck, and I'm not into runes. I'm just not into like Elder Futhark runes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then I know that she's working on some other stuff. She's working on another tarot deck, and then she did the art for a deck that's coming out with Hay House with Kyle Gray. But I don't know when that's coming out though. I think next year probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she did the art for it. It looks nice. She showed some of the art for it. So
on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as she was working on it. But it's not a deck you'd like. It's like a deity goddess.
Yeah, I probably would.
It's a goddess's deck, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely not my thing.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is Bloody Mary, a problem-solving deck. I actually struggled with this one. So the reason the Bloody Mary is considered the problem-solving deck here is because like Bloody Marys are traditionally like a hangover drink. But it is alcoholic, but the idea is you drink it if you wake up and you have a hangover. I hate Bloody Marys. They're disgusting. I'd rather just be hungover.
I don't like tomato juice, so I wouldn't like this at all. So yeah, so I went with I just went with the traditional deck, honestly. Like if there's problem solving, I'm just gonna go with a traditional RWS. So I went with the Modern Hue Tarot, which is an RWS but a different coloring of it.
Oh yeah.
So they kept the line work of the original Pamela Coleman Smith designs, but they did their own like coloring of it, which is from Ritual Planner, in case anyone didn't know. So yes, I love this deck. Very slippy, the cardstock, but I don't mind it. Shuffle's nice for me anyway. But I love the coloring. This is probably my number 2 when it comes to RWS. This would be the next one after the Centennial.
Yeah. I don't think I have a number 2. I think it's just the Centennial. I don't hate that one though.
Yeah, I really like it. It's watercolor, so they did like watercolor.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Ruby was saying they used the unfolding path to read for someone, and the Ten of Swords fell out so fast. It felt like a metaphorical slap, and it wasn't even for them.
Oh, that's funny. And then the Hermit. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, not
Yeah, it's
bad.
really nice. I like it a lot. What did you choose?
I wasn't really sure on this one, so I just went with
Mm.
one that I felt like really helped me in my learning process in tarot and over the years, and I
Mhm.
went with the Everyday Witch Tarot.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I feel like the scenes in it really helped me in understanding, especially the court cards. But this really, I think, drives home a lot of how I read today, in my opinion. This is
Mm.
probably the foundation of a lot of how I formulate my thoughts behind the cards, how I relate to the cards. Um, and there's obviously still that traditional, that traditional aspect of Rider Waite Smith, but it makes it feel more personable and like relatable to me.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know what it is about the quartz in these that just really made it feel like something clicked. And I guess that deck will be different for everyone else, but anytime I use this deck, I feel like I don't really struggle to understand the reading. Um, it's very clear and concise, so it's very easy to use if I'm struggling to resolve something.
Mm. Yeah.
And I really yeah, really like it. Like, this is one of my favorite Four of Cups cards. But and also it has cats in it, so who doesn't love a deck with cats?
Yeah. Ruby's like another problem solving deck for me. I'll pick is the Brutally Honest Oracle. I've never heard of that Oracle.
I think I've heard of it. I can't picture it though, but I feel like I've heard of that.
Mm.
I feel
I
like
need,
I've seen people doing lives with them or something.
yeah. Luke says that he just watched your, which is familiar Oracle deck before your flip through
Oh,
before the
nice.
live. I need to watch that. I need that deck. I still haven't gotten it.
Yeah, it's funny because I still have it over here because I was doing stuff with it, so I still have the two,
Yeah.
the two decks.
Yeah, I need to get it added to the fam, the witches fam.
Yeah, you gotta keep the collection going.
Yeah, of course.
All right, French 75. This is a special occasions deck. I think French 75 is like either a type of champagne or a champagne drink. Let me see.
I do like champagne. So this
Okay, it
sounds
is.
right up my alley. If it is.
Oh, you may not like this.
Oh, okay.
It's made with gin, champagne, lemon juice, and sugar. You might like it.
Mm,
If it's made with a good gin or with very little gin.
maybe. I do like champagne though.
Yeah, I like champagne too. Okay. What's your special occasion drink? Not drink, deck.
So I thought of this in terms of like a deck that I don't use that often.
Mm-hmm.
Is how I went with it. So I went with the Botanica Tarot. There's no name
Mm.
on the actual box, but these are the backs. Shiny.
Ooh, it is very
Um,
pretty.
yes. So it's literally just a flower deck.
Mm.
So
Yeah, Ruby, it is a weird mix. I would try it once.
So yeah, this is one that I don't really use that often.
Hmm.
Mainly because it doesn't have titles; it just has like the little symbols at the top. So
Hmm.
you really
It's
need
harder
to
to
work.
use.
You need
Yeah.
to work for this deck, honestly.
Hmm.
But I do really like the imagery, like the artistry is nice.
Mm-hmm. It's well drawn, well done. It's just not what I want for tarot.
Yeah,
Like honestly, if this was just a random floral oracle deck, I'd like it a lot more.
could probably
Which
turn
it
it into
could
an oracle deck,
theoretically,
honestly.
yeah. I was gonna say the labels on it are so minimal, you probably could use it as such.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's not one that I use that often. So yes.
I I went with the Gullah Tarot actually, which is these are the backs. Here's like the information card. This
Mm.
is by Street Priestess Tarot on Etsy. I don't think she has a website. But this is based off of the Gullah Geechee people in one second. Let me adjust my not my lighting, but let me adjust. There we go. Make this a little brighter.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
this is based off of the Gullah Geechee people in I think they're in the Carolinas. Yeah. So considered the low country region of South Carolina. They are a tradition. They're like you know those cultures that like are not they're so intertwined and isolated from everyone else. They kind of have their original roots of wherever they came from. So
Mm.
that is these people. They have their original roots from Africa because they, you know, during and after slavery, they sort of basically settled there, and um, they even kind of have their own little language because of it. And I got this just because, you know, I've been exploring hoodoo and, you know, my roots and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I say this is a special occasion because I very rarely use this deck. I used it anytime I get a new deck in my collection. I try to use it exclusively. But
Yeah.
then once it rotates out of that, I try to just figure out when I would like to use a deck like that. And this one is usually when I want to connect with my ancestors. It's not necessarily something I do regularly, but it's
Hmm.
for that occasion. So I figured I would pick that. Because I didn't know what to pick. I was like, what special occasion? What's special about any occasion? But I like it. It's not traditional at all. But it has like these keywords on the bottom, so it's very easy to use despite that. And I just really love it. I like that deck, and she has some really some cool other decks as well. So if you search Street Priestess Tarot on Etsy, you should be able to find her.
That's cool. Yeah, I like that. It's a good option for a special
Yeah,
occasion.
I was like, I think this is maybe not the special occasion that was originally intended, but I think it fits.
Yeah. Also, I'm hearing feedback, like
Are
I'm
you?
hearing myself. Yeah.
Hmm. Let's see. One second. I'm gonna see if I can fix that.
Okay.
I don't remember that setting. That might help with that.
Mm.
I can turn this down though. See if that helps. Maybe it's my speaker.
Oh, maybe.
I'll try turning this on. See if that helps. Okay. Does that help?
Um, it's less. I can still sort of hear me myself a little bit, but
Okay. I'll change the settings for the next one. Actually, I think know what I can do. Um, oh, here it is. Testing. Okay. Okay. Is this better?
yeah, I think
Okay.
so. I don't hear myself, and I hear you like super clearly.
I
It's
will.
so
Let me.
nice, actually.
Am I more clear now?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
That's funny. Ruby was talking about Children of Litha or the True Black and
Ephemera.
Ephemera
Is that how you say
Tarot.
it?
I have no clue. Ephemera, maybe. I don't even know. Um, I know those decks. Children of Litha looks really nice. I do really like that. I know that the creator did Children of Ostara recently, I believe. So that's cool.
Mm, oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the True Black and stuff I know from Anna. She loves those
Yeah.
decks. So
Um. Hmm.
yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what happened that changed because Luke was saying he was hearing feedback too. Oh, and all the background noise disappeared. Huh. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, sorry guys. um.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know what you did in the settings just now, but it's nice.
Okay. Cool. I
Yeah.
think I changed my audio source. Yeah,
Okay, that's
because it
probably
was
it.
flowing through OBS into Restream, everything, including the camera, and then I switched to directly the microphone. So something about that, it must be weird.
Okay, okay. Well, that was a
That's
good choice. That was a
yes.
good choice.
I was like, I know I can figure this out. Not an audio engineer, but I was like, I have at least one degree that should help with this. Okay. Aviation, a wild card deck for when you're feeling adventurous.
Okay, so I went with the Tarot of Curious Creatures.
Yeah.
It's definitely adventurous.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Definitely adventurous. It is a very strange mix of animal heads and people bodies.
Seeing your pick makes me feel like such a basic bitch.
Uh, so it's definitely a weird one. So I felt like it fit the adventure side of things in my
Yeah,
opinion. So yeah. And it's very funny. Honestly, this deck is hilarious.
it's definitely something. I
She's like, I hate it. I hate
yeah,
it.
not my jam.
Yeah. I love Chris Ann though, so like everything she does, I don't know. I just really enjoy it. And this was just like a funny one that I just thought was something that I wanted to bring into the collection. Because I have her other decks, so I was like, why not, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah. And this is definitely like a very far from like the Light Seers, which like was
Yes,
her
it that's very true.
main. I love this High Priestess though.
Um
So
hmm.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. Here's the Queen of Swords, an owl. This Eight of Wands is funny though. Come on, this turtle.
It's
It's funny.
something.
It's definitely hilarious. I love this hermit card. Rhinoceros. Rhinoceros.
It's so weird. It's just so weird.
This penguin.
It-
Okay, I'll stop showing.
No,
I
you
love
have
it
to
though.
stop showing it. It's just I was just like, oh gosh, I
I
think
love
it's
it
so
though.
stupid now. I actually just didn't know what to pick for this.
What kind of drink is Aviation? That's what Ruby. I mean, I don't even know. I
Oh,
don't even know half these drinks to be
I
honest.
had to look it up because I've never once heard of that until this tag. The Aviation is a cocktail made with gin, maraschino liqueur, creme de violette, and lemon juice.
Ooh, maraschino. I love maraschino cherries.
As much as I don't like gin, I would try this because it sounds really good. And it's like, let me show you guys a picture, see if I can get a
Yes.
cool picture of it.
Yeah, show us.
Like, it's this cool
It's
purple color.
purple. That's
And I'm
cool.
like, I would drink that. It's just pretty. I would drink it just because it's pretty.
Yeah, it does actually really look cool.
Yeah, I would try it just because of the color. And it solidly depends on the quality of gin. Because like I said, I'm not a gin girly, but like I have had good gins.
Hmm.
So I would try mixed drinks with
Yeah. Mhm.
it.
Ruby's on
On
same on
my
the same page as you
yes.
with the deck. She thinks also that it's something, and Marshy is like it's very interesting.
Yes.
Yes, it's definitely way more out there compared to like Chris Ann's other two decks, tarot
Yeah.
decks that she has, like the Light Seers and the oh damn, what's the other one that she has that I also have but never remember the name of? Hold on, let me find out. I can't remember.
I like your thought process, Luke. Equating that to like time travel. His Tarot of the Vampires.
Oh, Tarot of the You really like that deck, don't you?
It's because he only has five, so he has to rotate between them.
True. Okay, what's going on here? I'm like,
It's weird that there's a saying gin makes you sin when every bad story my friends tell always involves tequila.
that's it. Thank you, Ruby. Muse Tarot. Yeah, the Muse Tarot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
Gotta love
also really like, but that one is just more of a collage deck.
that. I'm not a fan of collage decks.
Oh, I like collage. Well, it depends on the collage. Depends on the collage, but I do like that one. I don't like the kings though, because all the kings are landscape instead of
Oh
portrait, and I don't like that. But other than
yeah.
that, I do like that deck.
So for me, I chose the Dreamscapes Tarot. And I
Oh,
chose this
that's a good one.
because, like, when I was thinking about my decks, inside it says, within the ethereal realm of dreams, our souls dance fearlessly with the stars. Um, whispering secrets of untapped potential and revealing the extraordinary beauty hidden within. So it very much feels like a journey of oneself through dreams.
Mm,
And I feel like when you think of like dreams, so many weird things can happen. It's always, not always, but you know, it's an adventure a lot of times. So
yeah.
that is how I got here. But I
Love
do
the
like
reasoning though.
it. Mhm.
I love the reasoning though.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
I
it's
had
good.
to get there one way or another. But it feels very much like these cards do feel very much like a dream. Like it's very quirky. It gives, like, if you look at it, it gives very realistic yet some things are off kind of vibes, which you kind of get in a dream,
Mhm.
right? Things will seem sort of normal until they don't. um yeah, so I kind of went with that. The cards themselves aren't necessarily adventurous, but I think the
Mhm.
theme of it is. And one of the things that also kind of made me want to choose this deck over others, on top of that theme, the cards all create like a miriorama across the suits.
Love
So
that.
it creates a bigger picture amongst the suits. And I think it's like, it's almost like being in one part of the puzzle, and then figuring out the whole kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it's an adventure in that kind of sense.
Oh, I do love that.
But I do like these cards. They're really vibrant. playful. There's a lot of energy in them, I feel like. And they still fit that traditional Rider Waite Smith, which is, my jam, and easy to read with, I feel like.
Yeah.
I've been using this a lot. I enjoy the cardstock too.
Did you
And
just get the full size, or did you get the pocket edition also? Was there a
I
pocket
got the
edition?
pocketed. Okay, pause. It's laughably insane.
Okay.
It's not a pocket, it is a micro pocket.
Oh, it's like super mini.
It's super mini. It's I think in my
You just
flip
put that in
through,
your pocket, literally. Just put it in the pocket.
yes, I even in the flip through, I was like, this is laughably small. Like laughably.
Hey, at least it's
So
easy to travel with.
it
You just
is,
put
but
it
I
in a
feel like
little
I would
pocket. And
lose
it's
them. Like, look at that. It's just, did I literally pull the same card? No, I didn't. Okay. I was like, oh my God.
I thought for a second you did.
It freaked me out. I was like, oh God. But they're
Oh my god.
like, come on. Look at that. It's eh. Oh, and Luna's here. So she is here to tell me I have been on live stream too long
Well,
instead
we're
of just
almost done.
minding her business. But yeah, it does come with a pocket edition, more like a micro pocket edition, but
a mini edition.
yes. So just to show you guys how my decks are, like, it's really funny. So I talk about like the gilding on the edges, right? So this side's still pretty nice, right? This is
Yeah.
a side I shuffle against, and look, it's just like,
See, you should do it the other way. So you should do it upside down. That way you can get the other side
can't.
too.
I can't. I don't know what it is. I can't do it. Like, people that can shuffle with the cards facing them are monsters. I can't do it. Like, I could shuffle them upside down too, but then I think I don't know. I would do something crazy.
There's like a whole conversation about French toast that I was like, what's going on?
I missed that too.
French toast without the French. I'm like, what? And then Ruby was like, so toast? I was like,
That's
sounds it.
what
And
I
then Marcy
want.
was like, egg toast. I'm like, what's egg toast? I'm so confused. I love it
Without
though.
the cinnamon.
So like, what? I don't know. What's the French part? I don't get what the French part is.
I thought the French part was everything but the toast.
It's so lost. I love it though. This conversation is great. The
true star of the show is here.
Hi, Luna.
Say hi. No. Okay.
She won't even look at the screen.
Yeah, she's like, I'm above this.
Oh my god. Okay, that's funny. Ruby is asking you a question though. She asked, can you even see the images properly in that micro pocket?
Actually, yes. So I even though it's very annoying how small these are, like I was if if you watch my flip through, I feel like I was a little pissed off about it, but like you can actually see, let's see if I can get, you can actually see the details fairly well. So all of it, and these cards are very detailed, so you can still see the details for fairly well. It's just I'm gonna lose one. I know I'm gonna lose one if I try to
you should put it in a bag so you don't misplace the whole thing.
I know. I don't think I would. I just don't think I would travel with it. I think it's a novelty for here.
That's really funny. Okay, the next one is the usual, I think.
Yes, sorry.
I don't know what kind of drink that is though, but
this is the last
your
one.
drink choice.
Yeah, so this is the last one of the official ones, and then we have some bonuses. The usual is not the name of a drink, it's just like, what is your usual, just your go-to. So this is your drink of choice, whatever you your drink of choice, and then aka your most used deck.
So drink of choice would be wine. If I'm going to do wine, preferably white wine, rosé is fine. Typically I do fruity wines though.
Okay.
That's typically what I drink, fruity wines. And then my most used deck is the Lightseers. So you showed the full size, I showed the
Yeah.
pocket. I love this deck. It's my most used deck. I use it for everything. This is a deck that I'll use. So you stated earlier, if you want to use a deck for someone else in any kind of situation, or if you don't know the exact situation, you feel like this can encompass anything. This is the deck that I use for all of that for people as well. So I love it, and I use the pocket a lot.
I don't have
Actually,
the pocket. I actually considered getting that instead of the full size, but I'm happy with the full size because of how I use the deck.
yeah, it's great to travel with though. The
Yeah.
pocket takes less space. Also, she has a guidebook coming out, like a separate guidebook coming out that has more in depth. It's coming out in October. Super excited to get that to show. She has
wait, I'm sorry. I'm nodding and I'm not listening. You said she has a guidebook coming out?
She has a full book coming out based on the Lightseers that
Oh.
goes way more in depth than the guidebook that comes with the deck.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And it has imagery and prompts and all these things. Like it looks really cool. She showed a bit of it on her Instagram because she already received some of her copies already from Hay House.
Oh,
It's
that's
coming out in
cool.
October, and I think it's a hardbound book. Looks great. So I'm excited for that. Is what I said. Because I love this deck, so I would love to have. This is a deck that really helped me with the core cards. Like I found I understood the core cards the best with this particular deck.
Yeah.
That's another reason why it's my most used.
I like that is a theme amongst us, apparently.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the deck that helped us understand the core cards is really important to us, just overall. Oh, Robin, it's okay.
It's okay, Robin.
We're going into the bonus selections soon, so you still have time. We're not at the very end.
Yeah, and then this is my favorite Eight of Pentacles. Out of all the decks I own, this is my favorite one.
Really?
Yeah, it just embodies. So I love the Eight of Pentacles, everything it stands for, mainly because of the aspect of hard work and things like that. I feel like that's really me. Like I embody hard work a lot.
Yeah.
So this one specifically, though, really speaks to me.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's why I love this deck and why it's my most used. It's just relatable in every sense, in my opinion. So, yes. What did you choose for your most used?
I think we actually picked the same decks for opposite positions because I chose This Might Hurt.
Yes,
and I think when you chose This Might Hurt, I chose Lightseers. So that's very funny.
Actually, yes, that is for the gin and tonic, right?
Yes.
Yes. Opposite.
That's so funny.
Love it.
Okay.
I love
it. So I went with This Might Hurt. First, honestly, just similar reasons to what you were saying about before about This Might Hurt being very relatable. There's something really like, I don't know, it tugs at my heartstrings a little bit that I love these cards. There's something about them that just I emotionally connect with as well. And it's overall very meaningful to me. And I like also that I feel like I can relate to the court cards. They match with my understanding, but they still challenge me to see things a little differently amongst them. And I mean, this is one of my favorite Nine of Pentacles too. Like, it's just so cool.
I love it.
It's just, I mean, I feel like if I could be her hanging out in like a field of flowers holding a hawk, I would do that. I would absolutely do that.
I personally wouldn't, only because I don't like birds, but you do you.
I feel like if I
I
could
sup-
say that
I
I've done
support
it,
it.
then I'm gonna do it. And
Uh,
I really like their different takes on some of the same cards. There's this like interesting unique card that I've never really connected with, but I like that it's in there.
oh yeah,
Um
it's this might hurt, this might heal.
yes.
So there's like one side that's this might hurt, and then the other side is this might heal. It's the bonus card that's in the deck.
Yeah, I still like it though, and I enjoy this death card. I enjoy everything about this deck. I love the card stock, even though it's a little shiny, which can be a little off-putting for if you're like in the social media world.
Yeah.
But if you're not part of that, it honestly doesn't matter. But I love the backs of the cards; they're reversible, and the colors just have this like vibrancy about them there's like this vibrancy and depth in them that I feel like
Mhm.
cameras just don't do it justice. It's very easy, I feel like, to get lost and sucked into the card,
Yeah.
but I think that's just me. I don't know, it's very much. Oh, and like look at this Seven of Wands, she's so badass.
Yeah, I know.
So yep, my
I,
my usual is this.
yeah, I will say though, with the glossiness, well, yes, I do agree that glossy card sucks when you're like doing social media and stuff like that. I actually prefer it to what their matte cardstock is, because I have how many decks do they have that matte? Two. They have two decks that are matte, and I don't like the cardstock at all. It feels like absolute cardboard. So I
Hmm.
actually prefer their glossy cardstock compared to their matte cardstock. So I'm actually
Oh,
glad that they didn't go with the matte cardstock, because it's not it. It's just not it.
is it the same mat as their
I don't
Citadel
think
Ripple deck?
no,
Oh, okay.
because that's not really matte.
Yeah, it's like coated matte almost. It's just like a
Yeah. So
okay.
the two decks that I own, which are the
What is
um oh god, what's it called? I would have to look at their website to figure stuff out. I never remember. Liminal 11. Let's see. Shop, tarot, mystical medleys, and the Luna Soul Tarot. Those are the two that they have in like a matte. And it's like matte.
oh, like that really sticky matte where it's really hard to like handle.
No, I wouldn't say it's like rose petal, because it's not really soft. It's like a cardboard matte. Like it
Yeah.
feels like cardboard.
Oh, okay.
They obviously don't shuffle the best. Obviously, with use, they start to loosen up a
Break
bit,
in.
but
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I prefer that they went with their glossy cardstock. I actually prefer their glossy cardstock in the other decks that I own, which is all of them. I own all their decks, but their glossy cardstock is like the best in my opinion out of the math. So
Huh. Robin
yeah,
said light seers will be in the books 50 years from now when they talk about tarot in the 21st century.
I definitely agree.
I could see
Actually,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
it's one of those that's like the most popular, most talked about, most used. I'm really actually happy that she decided to do a bigger guidebook, and to just do something different,
yeah,
and puts on something separate, because that deck is very popular. So
it
that's really
is.
cool. I'm actually excited to get that and to take a look at because from what I've seen on social media,
Hmm.
very nice, very nice.
Well, I look forward to seeing like reviews of it. I don't
Yeah.
know that I would get it. I don't know. I wouldn't say that I wouldn't, but like I'd have to see it.
Yeah, I would say if you end up liking it, just wait for a sale. Honestly, Hay
Yeah.
House will probably have it for real cheap.
Oh
That's like the
yeah.
best time to buy anything from Hay House, is when they
During
have
one of their
sales and stuff.
semi-annual sales.
Oh yeah, 50% off everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Um Ruby was saying she doesn't think she has a usual deck. She just uses whatever random pick she has. Which is
Yeah.
relatable. I get it.
Yeah,
I
and Robin also says that she also likes the glossy cardstock from 11.
I like it too. It's really easy to shuffle, and it kind of has
Mhm.
this like mm, structure to it that I really like. That's a
Yeah.
little more substantial. I won't say it's thicker. It's more substantial, that gloss on it,
Yeah.
than Llewellyn, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, Llewellyn, their cardstock is thin.
Yeah, which I don't mind. I don't mind thin, but there's something
Yeah.
like it just feels nice. It has a nice riffle to
Yeah.
it.
Though they have been putting out linen cardstock now.
Who?
Llewellyn.
Oh, Llewellyn. Yeah.
It's the same type of cardstock, but instead of glossy, it's linen.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I haven't run across that yet, but I'd be down to try it.
Yeah. Some of their newer decks that they released, B Tarot, for example, the Witch's Garden. Um, I don't know if the new deck that they did with Jessica Rue, I don't know if her deck is glossy. Well, Jessica Rue and Barbara Moore. I don't know if that one's glossy or not. I can't remember.
Mm. Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, yeah. So I haven't touched it, so I don't know what it feels like. But
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
yeah,
So we finished the original prompts, and then we have some bonuses. We have one, two, three, four bonuses. Four bonuses.
yeah,
Plus, we have an additional one that we created. So
yeah.
let's get into the bonuses. This is a bonus from Kelly Bear. This is Whiskey Sour. This is a deck that left a bitter taste in your mouth.
Yes. So I went with. Let me take out the cards because I didn't even do that. Oh yes, that's it. The Good Fortune. Oh, it's linen too. That's cool. Yeah, it's the same thinness. Yeah. I actually don't mind. I actually really like the thinness. It's easy to shuffle. I went with
Yeah.
the Stranger Things tarot from Inside
Oh
Editions.
my god. If I owned that, that would have been the first on my list.
So, what to say about this deck, honestly. It had a lot of potential,
It
and
truly
they
did.
went and they messed it up.
It's like they were like in the design room, smoked a bunch of crack, and was like, all right, let's create a deck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking, honestly. The artist, like the art is nice, but like, it's like I don't know. Half the cards I don't know. Like I'm just, I really I don't know. But yeah, I just this was definitely definitely fits this particular prompt in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I
It
remember how many people were just so disappointed.
Yeah, because they could have done a better job in my opinion, but they just didn't. And I don't know if it's the licensing that they had, maybe they didn't have like enough power over like the characters and doing something that was more RWS based or what, but like they also changed the names of the suits, and
Mm,
some of the name changes don't make sense. Like I
yeah.
mean the suits, the way they named them doesn't really make sense in my opinion.
Yeah.
I was just confused. I was like, what's going on? And don't get me wrong, like I have quite a number of Inside Edition decks, and there's some that I absolutely love. I
Yeah.
love. And but this just is not one of them. Honestly, it's just not. It sits at the bottom of the stack. So I have two stacks of Inside Edition decks, and it sits at the bottom because I know I'm never gonna reach for it. So yes, it's just in the collection just because it's Stranger Things, and that's it, and that's
Hmm.
all.
Yeah.
But like I just I don't get it sometimes. I just really don't.
Robin says she doesn't like espresso martinis either, but she's not into the gin slander.
Um but yeah. But anyway, Stranger Things, yes, not it's just not it. Though they have a last season coming out, I think, final season sometime.
Yeah. Eventually, sometime soon.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's
50
been too
million years
long.
for the 50 million years for them to just finalize the show already. Oh, God.
I know.
Um,
So apparently, people are also upset about the supernatural tarot.
yeah, so Minerva is not an artist. I'd like to put that out there because she gets a lot of shit thrown at her for her decks. She's an author. She does the guidebook. She has no control over
Oh,
what Inside Editions chooses to do or anything.
yeah.
All of the decks that are Disney related, Disney has final say. I've spoken with her personally. We're friends, her and I. And she's told me herself anything that comes from or is licensed from an actual film studio or Disney has final say over everything. They're the ones who say yes or no to artwork. The artist, I guess, was told what to do. Inside Editions has really, it's them. Minerva is just the author, so she
Okay.
only does the guidebooks.
Oh,
So
well,
it's not
how
her fault
unfortunate for
if the art,
her.
if
Jeez.
yeah, it's not her fault that the art doesn't live up to the expectations of people. She's not the artist. She doesn't do the art. She has no control over that. She just hired to write the guidebook, and that is all.
Hmm.
So yeah, but her guidebook is well written for the supernatural. She includes all the names of the characters, which some guidebooks that are written by other people with Inside Editions do not. So that's the one thing I really like about her guidebooks is that she actually takes the time and includes the characters and how the card fits into the actual theme
Hmm.
of that. But we can't really do anything about the art if Inside Editions is not willing to work with whoever the owner of the license is, right? Because you
Right.
have to pay for
Yeah.
those characters and it could be quite expensive. I don't know
Yeah.
who owns Supernatural. Do you know who owns Supernatural? I
No,
don't know who
I've
owns
never.
Supernatural, but
I'm probably going to lose all my subscribers, but I've never seen an episode of Supernatural.
oh, don't worry. After certain season 13, I stopped watching because it got real
13.
boring.
Ugh.
Real boring. I never even finished the show.
The closest I've ever gotten is just the clips on TikTok. That's it. All right, for me, for my whiskey sour, I went with
Yeah.
the unnamed or the untamed tarot. Man, this deck had so much potential. I'm gonna start with the
Yeah.
guidebook.
Okay.
There are no spreads in this book, which is not inherently bad, but why is it so thick then? Like,
Well, how much information do they give per card?
well, okay, and that's gonna be my next gripe is it's so long-winded. Like, here's the Two of Wands. It says, the white rabbit takes its first steps into the forest of wands and from the get go has an encounter with a pair of watchful eyes. At this
Mm.
early stage of exploration in the suit, the rabbit hasn't really become acquainted with the fact that in this world, eyes represent the constant observations and perspectives of others, a potential danger. Instead, the rabbit
Hmm.
simply plucked one eye out and is rolling the other like a ball. What does that have to do with the tea in China?
I don't
Like,
know. Is there a rabbit in that particular card?
there is
Are they talking about the symbolism of the artwork?
yes, I think they are talking about the symbolism of the artwork because
Then I kind of like that because
oh,
I
see,
like
oh,
when artists take time to talk about the symbolism of their
see if I
artwork,
can find
especially
it.
when it's not traditional
Yeah.
RWS. I kind of like that. But yeah, I guess they maybe should have done maybe some keywords first in case people don't want to go into all of that
Yeah.
information. Maybe a little more structured. Robin's like, what the hell? Why is the rabbit plucking out his eye?
Here's it's hard to see it, but here's the Two of Wands. It's very much eyes focused. Like that's kind of one of the cool things that I liked about the deck, and that's kind of why I
Yeah,
got it was to
yeah,
it was just unique. I thought that was cool.
yeah. The art's cool. Yeah, it just sucks
Um,
that it's on really bad card stuff.
yes. So then we get into the card stock, right? So the backs are really cool. It's
Oh,
really
Robin
like
wants to know what deck this is that you're
uh,
showing.
oh the Untamed Mystery by Wheel of Fortune Tarot. The box
There you
is
go.
really cool. I do have qualms about the box as well,
Yes,
but
it's
we'll get
tarot.
there. But the cards
First
are
name.
like plastic. They're plastic cardstock. Listen, that's ridiculous. Like the deck is just so I can literally just bend it up like that. And then it goes back into shape and they're so slick that yeah, that it makes me so mad. I'm just like, why? Like, did I even went back and like looked at the Kickstarter and I was like, this was not clearly explained. Relax, Apollo, damn. And so the box, my qualm is like the lid is it's just perched on.
Loose.
There's no
Yeah.
very disappointed all around. And I'm just like, you guys could have if you had said the cards were plastic or maybe I missed it, I don't know, but at least had it been explained a little better, I would have probably at least had my expectations set, but
Are they waterproof?
yeah,
That's
which
the
is
only good
cool.
thing about it.
That's a bonus.
You can take them to the pool,
But they
to
could
the
have at
beach.
least been marginally thicker because the way they are now, it's just like I
Yeah.
mean, it's literally playing 78 card pickup anytime I try to shuffle those things.
Have you tried just doing overhand and not like riffle
Yeah,
shuffling?
my problem is when you're doing that, they pucker and then squeeze out.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. What a mess.
Yes.
What
Yes.
a mess.
So fun.
Hey,
Uh,
Lana.
Hi, Lana. No worries. We're just talking about the bonus stuff.
Yeah.
So let's go into um N- Naimi. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. Like, yeah, we're talking about tarot prompts. So if you
Yeah.
we're picking out different decks for each prompt.
Yeah.
All right. This next one is a bonus from Bohemian Rose Tarot, a shot of Malort. I've never heard of Malort before, but obviously it sounds like trickery.
I have no idea what that is.
So Malort is a bitter liqueur that originated in Chicago in the 20s. So basically it's like it's a bath distilled liquor probably.
Oh my god. Okay.
So it's a traditional Swedish style bitters that's distilled in the style of a Nordic Bronvin.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
so it contains wormwood, which is an ingredient in absinthe, which is disgusting. So
Yeah.
apparently it's a disgusting shot of liquor. Um, so a deck no one wants or is tricked into buying.
Lovely, lovely. Also, hi, Sunny.
Hi, Sunny.
Ruby is talking about the deck you just showed before, and she loves the cardstock. Apparently, she loves that it's
Really?
plastic.
It
Loves
made me
that
so
it's
mad.
slippery.
But it is true. They are very resilient cards. I'll give them that. And for as much as I like am annoyed about it. They're waterproof, they're tear proof. They're really like if I didn't think they would explode everywhere, I think it would be a great travel deck because they're really not going to get beat up.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm special and I don't know how to shuffle them without them exploding.
For this, I have no idea. Honestly, I obviously didn't pick anything.
Right.
So I don't really know. I know that in our conversation, you were like talking about AI decks, and I was thinking about it. I'm like thinking about like the fact that people don't explicitly state
Yeah.
that an AI deck is an AI deck,
Yeah.
which I really don't like. Like you really should make a mention of it. And I can understand, okay, indie creators, whatever, like whatever, but in publishing houses though is what I really don't like because you're a
Oh.
publishing house,
Yeah.
you're putting out an AI deck, you should explicitly state in your description that this is created with AI.
Yeah.
Blue Angel has two decks that are AI created. They do not state in their description that they are AI.
Were you able to tell just by looking at it, or did someone
Yes.
find out? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
No. You can tell just by looking at it. It's very obviously AI. And then Uh, Rockpool
Hmm.
has also an AI deck. They did not also state in the description that it's AI. You had to dig and find the information in under the artist. So under the
Oh,
artist, it says that the artist is someone who uses AI
yeah.
in their artwork. Um, and then lastly, Los Scarabeo recently put out an AI deck and also did not state in their description
Mm.
that the deck was AI. The only person that has published a deck that is AI and has actually stated in the description it's AI, that's Running Press. They put out a deck earlier this year that's AI. It's obviously AI. The artist is both does AI and actually edits the work or whatever. And they explicitly state that in the description at the bottom, stating that this artwork is created with AI and artist editing,
Hmm.
which is I appreciated. I
Yeah.
feel like you're a publishing house, you should definitely state something like that if you're using AI. And then Alana mentioned counterfeit decks, and
Yes.
100% honestly, the thing that's most is that nowadays, especially if you go on Amazon, it's hard sometimes to
Differentiate.
understand if it's a counterfeit deck and things like that. And you have to be really vigilant and actually check the information and check who's selling the deck and things like that. Is it being sold by Amazon? Is it being sold by a third party? Is
Yeah.
Amazon shipping on behalf of the third party? Things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Is it coming from China? Where is it coming from? Things like that. What's the price? Is the price too good to be true? Um, there's a lot of things to really look at.
Yeah. They've gotten very
Which,
good at hiding in plain sight
yeah,
nowadays.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, I totally agree with the AI decks. I think they're lazy. They all look alike. I know there's like gray area once you start to get into like the graphic designs and tweaking AI, and where does it become less AI and more of a person's designs and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, as a whole, I think it's just about being transparent, because if it looks like AI at all and you're trying to hide it, it just makes me like not want to deal with you at all.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Transparency is key. And especially when you're a big publishing house, like I feel like you should be transparent on those things. So it's it's very important in my opinion, especially when you're a name brand.
Yeah.
If you're an indie is a different thing because you're your own person and it depends like what's going on there and things like that. And I feel like yes, yeah, as an indie brand, if you really want to keep a following and be true to your consumers and things, you should definitely disclose when you're using
Yeah.
AI and stuff like that. Especially if you want people to still buy your stuff and things like that. And hey, there's people out there that buy AI decks. It has nothing to do with me. You do you, whatever.
Right.
But if you're being transparent about it, that's good because then people can make an informed decision.
Exactly.
If they don't want to buy an AI deck, then they see the information. They're like, you know what? No, I don't want
Right.
to. I don't want to put money into that. You know.
Correct.
So that's really what the point is, in my opinion. Robin, you asked which two decks. Which are you talking about? Are you talking about Blue Angel? Whatever the last Carmen's Salerno decks were that they put out. Those two are the what is it? The Blue Angel Oracle and I don't know, honestly. They're very obvious AI decks. Um, but they're the Carmine Salerno Oracle decks. Here, let me see if I can find them. Blue Angel Oracle and uh, Blue Angel Oracle. Let me see if I can find
And while you're looking for that, Robin was saying how difficult it's been trying to find like non-counterfeit decks on Amazon, because if you're not typing a specific deck in, a lot of the like, if you just type in tarot, she was saying like a lot of the listings are just all counterfeit that pop up first.
Yeah, so in order to counteract that, you need to go into the filters and do prime specific. So
Yeah.
prime specific, there won't be yeah, so for Blue Angel, it's the Blue Angel Oracle. And
Yeah, cutie.
trying to find the other one. I don't remember what's the name. It's from Tony Carmine Salerno.
She was saying you mentioned Blue Angel, oh God,
Los Carabao, yeah.
Yeah, and then who was the third person or publishing house?
Rockpool, one of
Oh,
them,
Rockpool.
and Running Press.
Running Press. Okay, but Running Press was the only one out of all of them that actually
Actually
mentioned.
disclosed that the deck
Yeah.
itself was AI. I can't remember what the so Blue Angel. It was the Blue Angel Oracle. For Los Scarabeo, I can't remember what the deck was, but they had a post on their. Actually, they did something really wrong. So they had a post on their Instagram, and people were like, "Oh, it's AI," and blah blah blah, and they started deleting comments.
No, that's how you know you've
Yeah,
lost. Once you start deleting comments,
yeah, and it was really shady.
that is definitely bad PR.
Um, I can't remember.
Yeah, Luna's the true star of the show, guys. We're just her backup.
I can't remember what the deck was from Los Scarabeo. The deck from Running Press is this one. They sent it to me for a review. I haven't looked at it or shown it on the channel. I'm still not sure if I will show it on the channel, but it's this one.
Oh, it
The
looks
Artist Decoded
very
Tarot.
much like AI. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's very obvious. But this one, they disclosed that it was AI. The one
Okay.
from Rockpool is the kids looking deck. It's the Wishcraft Oracle. That one is AI.
Oh, okay. Mm.
The two from Blue Angel are both from the Carmine Salerno people
Yeah.
duo, the husband wife duo. I think they're both husband and
Okay.
wife anyway. It's from them. And then I can't remember the one from Los Scarabeo, the name of it. It wasn't very nice anyway. It wasn't even a nice AI deck in my opinion, but yeah. Yeah.
Um, so the other one, another bonus, if we're done, sorry,
Yeah,
not to.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
This is a bonus from Rune here. Hopefully I said her name right. This is the Cosmopolitan. So this is a deck that at first glance seems fancy, but is actually quite basic.
Yeah, again, I didn't know. I didn't pick anything because I really don't know. I have fancy decks, but they're not really basic, so I don't really know what would fit. Um, what would fit that particular.
That's fair.
particular
I
thing.
I went with the ethereal visions. So I just want to caveat, like
Mm.
in previous videos and stuff, I am dumb apparently and did not realize this word was ethereal for years. So I've been calling it ethereal for like uh, an
Oh,
unimaginable amount of time.
yeah,
So yeah,
ethereal. Yeah.
I chose this because this looks quite fancy. I feel like when you look
Yes.
at it, you see all the gilding and
Hmm.
foiling. Even the style of the artwork, it seems very much like it's like an expensive ass deck, but
Yeah.
in reality, it's not. Like the card stock is very standard, I would say. Um,
Mm.
and overall, other than the foiling on the card, the images are quite simple in regards to just tarot, I would say. It's
Hmm.
stylized, don't get me wrong, but it's not an expensive deck. It's not like, it's not hard to get. It's not inaccessible in any kind of way. It's a
Yeah.
very simple and very common deck. So I really like this because it almost makes you feel kind of fancy pants, but the reality is literally everybody has this deck.
Yeah.
But I do like it.
That's
It's a
true.
really nice deck. It's very
It's definitely
pretty.
a popular one. I think that's why they upgraded the guidebook for it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's about time. I'm
I
shocked
know.
that
I was literally just thinking that when you said it. I was like, it's about time.
yes.
To do that, honestly.
But yeah, I really like this. I like how like when my friend gifted it to me, I was like, oh my god, she's gifting me this like really fancy deck. And then I looked it up. I was like, oh, I mean, it's still. I don't get me wrong. I'm very appreciative because this has been a favorite of mine for years. But I was like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, this makes sense.
yeah. Ruby says either the indie version of the old Unfolding Path, or the Art Nouveau, or the Egyptian Art Nouveau tarot. I really
Yeah.
want the Egyptian Art Nouveau tarot. I
Oh.
have it on my wish list, but haven't gotten it.
Is there a Cosmopolitan tarot deck?
Yes, isn't that from the magazine Cosmopolitan?
I don't know. Let me see.
It's really ugly. And really badly done. Honestly, I don't even know why they.
Oh, the Cosmo Tarot.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Is that it?
Is it
Oh, maybe
black?
not. Yeah, it's black with like half a person's face.
Yes, then that's it. I don't know
Mm.
what they were thinking with that deck, honestly. It looks like a cash grab, and it was poorly done.
uh
Yeah, I
oh, it's
watched.
a collage deck and an ugly one.
It's
Oh.
a really bad collage deck, honestly. I don't know what Cosmopolitan was thinking when they decided to do that. I was like, why? Why? First of all, their resident tarot astrologer already has a bunch of decks. Why don't you just promote her decks instead
Yeah,
of like making a really random ugly deck?
crappy.
Like, I don't understand.
Oh yeah, these cards are
But it
bad.
was ridiculous. Like, what was that? I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand at
Hmm.
all what that was or why they did that.
Yeah,
So
definitely a
yeah,
cash grab.
yeah.
Um okay, so the next one is the bonus from Laura from Aquamarine 18 Tarot Books. This is a sidecar. So what do you like to pair with the tarot? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be oracle. It could be like tools,
Yeah.
books, etc.
Yeah. So tarot, I like to pair with tarot oracle, Lenormand. Um, I wouldn't say that I've paired runes with tarot unless it's my runic deck.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Um, and then dice recently because
Mm,
of
yes.
Dawn Michelle and Lisa's
I was gonna say because
collab
Dawn and
videos. They were
Lisa's
great. I love
videos
them.
got everybody buying dice.
I know. Yeah, I've been using the only set that I have with it goes well with the Pulp Girls tarot. So I've been
Yeah.
using them with that since I don't have other colors yet of dice and things to pair with other decks. But yeah, pretty much I pair everything with tarot, honestly.
Yeah.
Um, like why not?
Why not indeed?
Bring
I
all the tools in.
I have a video about this, but I pair a lot of different things. I'll show off some more of my unique stuff. I like to pair coins, divination coins with
Yes.
them. I actually did that in my last live stream. I really enjoyed that. I think I'll do that again. Just
Ooh.
so I can like practice using my coins a little more. Obviously, I pair Oracle. Learning Lenormand, so I don't technically do that regularly, but it's something that I want to do. And
Yeah.
then like another thing that I like to do is pair like witches runes. So I have my witches runes that I'll pair with
Yes.
tarot. I also want to get into using this more regularly. So maybe these
Mhm.
will end up on live stream and I'll kind of use Oracle like on the side. And these will be like more the
Yeah, I
focus.
really like the witches runes. They're much easier than the Elder Futhark, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I've never paired mine with tarot though, so
Oh,
maybe I should
really?
try that. Yeah, no, I've
And
only used them on their own.
oh, I keep my
Yeah.
runes in this cute little like dragon thing. Like, so the runes are in here, and then
Yeah.
this turns into like a little tossing mat. It's really cool.
Yeah, I love
Um,
it.
what else? Yeah, so yeah, and then of course traditional. I do also pair. It's actually backwards. I pair taro with my bones. It's not the other way around. If that
Oh
makes
yeah,
sense.
that actually does make sense.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why I'm not technically mentioning it because it's opposite.
Well, you could still
Yeah.
mention it because you're still kind of pairing it with
Yeah.
taro,
They
but
go
you're doing the
together.
the bone reading first,
Yes. Yeah.
and then pulling the taro after as like
Yeah.
a supplement thing.
Like the
So
bones are the core of the reading and
main
the
thing,
tarot
yeah,
is just like additional.
yeah,
Um
which I like. I love when you
yeah.
do bone readings. They're the most entertaining things ever. I love it.
Really? That's so cool.
Yeah,
I
I love
should
it.
incorporate them into my live streams more. They take sort of more time, so
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, we'll see.
I know.
Um, but I do want to try after seeing Dawn and Lisa's videos. I do want to like incorporate dice. I have tarot dice, but I want to
Mhm.
use their version of dice because I have dice in my bones. But it's something cool
I
and new to
know.
try out.
I know. It's great. They have a free PDF in
Yeah.
case people didn't know. So it's literally a walkthrough of each dice, what they are, the interpretations that they, for their specific, how they created their system or whatever, the way
Yeah.
they interpret it. And they give like spreads and stuff, how to interpret it with just dice or with actually using it and comparing and using
Yes.
it with tarot, which is really cool, and how to interpret that. So I actually really enjoyed their collaboration with each other. I thought it was fun.
So did I. I thought it was really cool. And Robin, I'm glad you enjoyed the coins. I'm happy that people enjoyed them.
Yeah, I wasn't there at the live stream, so hopefully on Friday, I can
Yes.
see
Yes.
the
They'll be back, don't
coins.
worry.
Okay, cool.
Okay. This one is going to be our last one. This is one that Sil and I created. This is called the Shirley Temple. So this is
Mm,
a deck that should have been invited to the party but didn't quite fit the prompts. So, do you have a deck
yes,
you want to talk
I
about?
did. I actually chose for this one. I chose a deck for
Ooh.
this one. Um, Let me just take out the cards. So I went ahead and chose the White Newman Tarot.
Okay.
I felt like they could fit a lot of prompts, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I didn't feel like they could at the same time. So I went with this for this one. This is definitely a favorite of mine. It's definitely interesting. The
Mhm.
art style. The artist for this particular deck, she does a lot of comic stuff, like comic strips,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
graphic, like what is it called? Graphic
Web
novel kind of.
graphic novels. Okay.
Yeah, she does like that kind of art style, which is really interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna show that because of nudity. Uh, but yes, this deck is very interesting and I love it very much. It has a few cards that are some of my faves in here.
Mhm.
Uh, and I pair it with the Fairies Oracle from Running Press because I feel like the art styles are very samey. Well, it feels very cartoony,
Yeah,
so
it
I feel
does.
like it fits well. Um, I'm gonna show that one. Here we go. So yes, but I do love the colors and stuff. She's actually working on another tarot deck currently for a frog character that she created. It's really cool. She showed some pictures on Instagram for it. I'm hoping that she'll get it published because I think it would be so fun. But
Mm.
yes, and I
Marcy was
love the.
saying they saw Adventure Time artwork based around tarot, but it was never made into a deck, so it's like the deck that could have been kind of thing.
Oh yes. Actually, there is an unofficial Adventure Time tarot deck, but I don't know who it's by and how you can find it.
You're like, I know it
But
exists, but I don't know where it exists.
yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it. But it's like an unofficial deck. It's not created by
Okay.
the actual thing. So if they ever
Oh,
get caught, whoever created it, whoever, if they ever get caught, they could
in
receive a
big
cease and
trouble.
desist. Cease and desist. So yes, but anyway, I picked this one because I haven't shown it in a while. I haven't used it in a while, and I love this deck. So yes. Oh, look at this Four of Pentacles. I love the colors in this. It's also by Liminal 11, so it's their glossy cardstock, and
Yeah.
I love it. It feels very warrior vibes.
I cannot wait. And I'm still like desperately looking for photos for Liminal 11 to release of the Lenormand coming out. Like, what's the holdup?
I don't know what's going on with that to be very honest with you.
Yeah, it's been like crickets.
I Tarot of the Unknown. Tarot of the Unknown. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, but again, it's unofficial, so
Get it while you can.
yeah, so I think is Tarot of the Unknown out of print? I think that's out of print. Here, let's see. Adventure
Robin,
Time
tag us in your
Tarot.
video when you finally release it.
There's a lot of, just so you know, for the Adventure Time, there's a lot of fake decks for it.
Oh yeah, so be
There's a
careful.
lot of counterfeit decks on it. That's the thing. I don't know where the who the actual creator is it of it.
Mm-hmm.
I found the Indiegogo.
Quarter press.
I found the Indiegogo like not really a Kickstarter, but whatever, the crowdfunding thing. I don't know if they have a website that I can go to from this, but oh, here's Etsy. Let's see.
So for while you look that up, my Shirley Temple
Mm.
deck is the Game of Thrones tarot. I feel like it just only missed the mark on a few of the prompts, but was definitely like this was like an old time favorite of mine. This was my original workhorse deck once I got into having a bigger tarot collection. This was the deck that I used for everything. This was the deck I used for my very first in-person tarot readings.
Yeah.
I love it. Everybody can fight me. This is the best like not theme but pop culture deck in my opinion. The
Yeah.
artwork is like spot on. It's obviously very thoughtfully done, while of course I might have chosen different scenes or different characters for certain things. Ultimately, like the person that did this deck obviously was very in tune with Game of Thrones, very much a fan of Game of Thrones, and I feel like it reflects back into the artwork of the cards. The meanings still go back to traditional Rider Waite Smith, so it's easy to work with, in my opinion. And yeah, I just absolutely love this deck. And the thing is too, even though it's a little bit of a darker deck, so it can be a little scary for people not familiar with tarot, most people are familiar with Game of Thrones, so it's still relatable in some kind of way. I won't say most people are familiar with Game of Thrones in the sense they watch it, they just know of it. So I really like this. I love this deck. This is probably, I mean, such a great mass market deck. It even has like this like hardcover guidebook, which is unheard of in my opinion for a deck that was like, I don't know, what was it, like $20? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you could just tell it's been like well loved. It's just so broken in. Delicious.
Yeah. I don't know why
Josie, we're not doing readings.
I don't know why the House of Dragons, I don't know why they didn't, the publishing house that did the Game of Thrones, I don't know why they didn't do the House of Dragons deck. because
I
that's coming out by Inside Editions.
Yeah, I don't know. Um I wish they did because it would have been, I mean, I won't be as bold to say it would have been cohesive, but I feel like it would have probably been more cohesive.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm not convinced that this isn't going to be a pip deck.
No, it is. That artist only does Pip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I picked
So
that one
it's a Pip
correctly.
deck. In case anyone didn't know, House of Dragons is a Pip deck. That artist only does Pip decks.
Yeah, Robin, I keep mine in this cool tarot bag that I got. I don't even know where it came from, but it feels very Game of Thronesy to me. But I just have a collection of tarot bags from different Kickstarters and, you know,
Oh, that's cool.
old like subscription boxes and stuff like that.
Chronicle Books. Oh, is Game of Thrones published by Chronicle Books? So
Is
who's the
it?
Game of Thrones? I don't know. You have it. You have the
I,
box.
I know, but let me look at the guidebook.
Yeah, tell
Like
me.
the box is put away.
Oh, okay. Tell me what it says in the guidebook then.
Oh yeah, it's Chronicle Books
Oh my god. Okay, I didn't even know that.
by Liz Dean. Someone contact Liz Dean. Tell
Liz
her
Dean
to.
is the author.
Oh, she's the author. Oh
She's
yeah.
a tarot author. She does
Oh, let me
guidebooks and
see
books
who's
and
the
things.
illustrator. They have it in the guidebook. Craig Koss is
Okay. Artist.
artist. Yeah.
Cool.
Hmm.
I actually for Robin, I actually like that artist that's doing the House of Dragons deck. He does okay, my theory, and I've said this before, okay, on my channel. My theory is because he's from Spain. He's a Spanish artist and he's from Spain, and they have their own. I don't know if you've ever seen like Spanish playing cards or Spanish tarot. I don't know, but
A little bit.
they it's all Pip. Like the way it's represented is Pip. So I have the feeling that the way he draws the
Mhm.
minors is more to represent Spanish divination rather
Mhm.
than traditional like
Rider Waite Smith.
RWS.
Yeah.
Is what I think. In my opinion, that's just my theory. I don't actually know. I don't know the guy personally, so I have no clue. But yeah. Also, his he does a lot of wood, wood carving, and half of his artistry. I think I'm not 100% sure. I think he actually does the artwork by hand, by actual wood carving, and then staining, and then they do I guess digital and things. Yeah, I feel like it's more Marseille,
Closer to Marseille.
but not really, because
It's
Marseille, like French Marseille, you really see like the with the flowers and everything going around, but I
mhm.
wouldn't say that. It's really more like Pip style. But I have a few decks by him, and his art
They're
style
all
is
like that
really,
for the most
yeah,
part.
every single deck he's done the artistry for, they're all Pip, all of them.
Mm.
So I think it's just his art style specifically,
And that's
in my opinion.
fine, I guess. I don't know. I just this is not what I want.
I actually didn't know it was published by Chronicle Books. I don't even have. I don't even have that. I don't have the Game of Thrones tarot, so I didn't know that
Yeah,
it was.
Tarocco, that's the term that I've heard before. The Tarocco, like playing cards
Yeah,
or style of cards or divination cards. It's the one
yeah,
that I've heard of. And
yeah.
Tarecci, I think, in Italian.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Yeah.
more like that, where it's not because Marseille is very specific. There's like a specific way of reading Marseille with the flowers and stuff. So you know what's actually going on. The
Yeah.
flowers give you the indication.
Yeah.
But I feel like in these other kind of card styles, there's not really. It's just they're laid out. The
Yeah.
pips are actually like the actual cups, for example, like
It's
four cups. It's just four cups laid out.
very much playing card style.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I feel like his style is more that.
Yeah.
Because he's not from North America, and that's what I feel like he's more
Yeah.
towards
Yeah.
that specifically. And I will agree that Chronicle Books does some great stuff. Sometimes their card stock is a bit shit, but Other than that, I actually really love their stuff.
Yeah, I
For
would
the
say
most
this
part.
card stock is like, you know, I would call this satin finish. Let me see if I can catch the light. Even though it has
Yeah.
like you see that reflection, but it's
Semi-gloss,
not
yeah.
gloss. I would say it's like satin into maybe semi-gloss even. It's
Yeah.
hard to explain unless you see it in person.
Hmm.
Um but I think they're an okay thickness for the price of cards. I think actually they're thicker than some other cards in that price
Yeah.
category. I
Yeah.
think they're actually fairly, these specifically are very well done.
They seem like they would shuffle well, which is nice.
Oh, they shuffle beautifully.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm a riffle shuffler. It doesn't really hold a bend like that. You can kind of see a little bit in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the most part, that's always going to happen. I don't care
Yeah.
though. But it's the perfect card stock that it doesn't have that memory. It doesn't hold that bend for the
Yeah.
most part.
Oh,
But they're
yeah.
definitely no frills kind of cards. There's not like foiling or gilding or anything like that. But it has a
Mhm.
great riffle.
Okay. Alana, you'll have to send me a photo of what Oracle deck that you got
Oh yeah,
to
send
pair
it to
with
the
the.
group chat so we can see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So I can see.
All right, that was it. I'm glad you were excited to do that Shirley Temple prompt because that was fun. It was
Yeah.
nice to have a
Yeah.
little addition
Yeah.
in there. This one was a super fun tarot tag. I really
Yeah,
liked
I
that
know.
one.
When I saw it, because I saw it on Tarot Magpie, I got a
Yeah.
notification that she posted that, and I was like, "What's this? What tag is this?" And so I
Yeah.
went and I looked, and then I went to the original person, and I was like, "Oh, what tag is this?" So I was like reading the prompts. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this seems interesting."
And it's so
So
funny
yeah,
because you messaged me and like right as I had seen it, and I was like, ooh, intrigued.
yeah,
It was perfect timing.
I thought it would be a good one to do for now.
It
So
totally was. And then it was really fun, you guys joining in with us to share
yeah,
your ideas and your thoughts on our picks. And I still think it's just so funny that you and I put This Might Hurt and Light Tears in opposite like
I know.
places. It's so funny how
Yeah,
similarly we think, but just different enough that they rotate. I like
yeah,
it.
and also that we chose well known for the same prompt.
Oh, I wasn't surprised. I would
I
have been
wasn't
more
honestly, I
surprised.
wasn't surprised either, but I love it.
Yes,
I
I
love
do
it.
too. Well, this has been so much fun. What do you have coming up on your channel, Sil?
I have no idea, honestly. I can't
Still
even tell
living
you.
life on the edge.
I literally just got back into posting things last week because my
Yeah.
mom fell and stuff. So
Well, what if
yeah,
you
but
recently posted so people know to go and watch it?
okay. So recently I posted the Llamas Oracle last week,
Hmm.
Monday. And then I posted the Hay House, the 3 hour, well, it's not 3 hours anymore because I edited it down, but the 2 and a 43 minute
Oh
hour
wow, no.
video of like 11 Hay House decks that I unboxed because I had so much stuff sitting
Yeah,
around. I wanted to put stuff away. So
that's
yeah.
fair.
So if you want to see Hay House decks, a bunch of ones that have released recently. I did like a full haul of a bunch that released recently and just unboxed all of them, went through all the cards, guidebook, everything. So, yeah.
um
What about you?
I'm kind of like you. I kind of had a rough like summer, so I kind of took a bit of a break, I think in like July, late June, and
Yeah.
got back into it in August in this month. So I started a new series. I'm calling it Spread Wisdom right now, where it's just me talking through how I do readings and of different kinds
Yes.
of spreads, which has been really, really fun because that's one of the things that I do online is helping people process their readings.
Yeah.
So, and I don't see people doing that, like explaining their thought process behind it.
Hmm.
So that is my new series. I have a few out already. One is like just general or 3 card readings, like traditional 3 card readings, and I go through a few different examples.
Yeah.
I did how to pick, how I go about picking a deck to read with, either for myself or
Oh,
for clients.
okay.
And then then I did one how I decide to pick more cards, because I know a lot of
Mm.
people struggle with that as well.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
then my goal into next month, I have a few like unboxings that I need to do. I'm working on editing my last arc of the Citadel Oracle RPG playthrough. So I'm excited about
Yes.
that.
Me
So if
too.
you're
I
curious,
really enjoyed the first one, by the way. It was
yay,
great.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
super fun. So if you're curious to see how things turn out for Orlin, our main character, stay tuned for that. And more series from the Spread Wisdom series. I'm gonna go into. I think
Yeah.
I'll do 3 different examples of the Celtic Cross because that's fun.
Oh yes, please do that. Please do
Yeah,
it. 'Cause I hate the I hate the
I
Celtic
know.
Cross. I
You
find
and
it
Midnight.
so long and difficult for no reason. So I would love actually to see that.
Yeah,
I need to watch the other Spread Wisdom ones that you released because I've been so behind in
oh,
YouTube watching.
me
So
too.
I really want to watch those because I love seeing how people interpret spreads and how they go about. I learn so much from it. I find that I pick up
I
little
Yes.
things from them. It's so great. So I'm excited to watch those.
And of course, selfishly, I'm hoping that as people watch through it, they like tell me how they do it, and I can
Oh
like
yes.
pull a little few things for myself.
Oh, well, I might
So
do that. I don't know about
yeah,
other people, but
you never
yeah,
know. I feel like
yeah.
if I open myself up to sharing like something like that, usually people are like, "Oh, I never thought to do it like that because I do it this way," and then
Oh
it's
yes, yes,
you
yes.
know.
Hmm.
So I will caveat that I will essentially be away for a good portion of September, so I probably won't be doing live streams after this week until the end of September.
Oh,
I will be in Australia with my friends. So,
fun.
um,
That's fun. Yeah.
yes, it's very exciting. So I'm gonna hopefully at least have some videos for you guys to watch in the meantime.
Survive though. Don't let bugs eat you.
Oh God, I want to get a hazmat suit for that entire continent. Oh
Hopefully
goodness.
it's not like the mist, the movie The Mist.
Gosh. Honestly, I just hope to be taken out really early on if that's the case.
Oh my
Well,
god.
and thank you, Robin. I do hope it helps a lot of people. That's my goal. That's kind of why I
Yeah,
started my channel. So, all right, guys. If you are
sounds
not
good.
subscribed to Sill's channel, go and subscribe over there. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to me.
Yep,
Like both videos, it helps with the algorithm.
yep.
And yeah, we will see you in the next one. We'll figure out what we want to do. If you have any topic ideas, let us know in the comments or over on Discord. We hang out there a lot.